And just because I watch a video or parts of a video doesn't mean I'm a stalker.
It's the only word that accurately describes the man, and we can demonstrate just that. Everybody thinks he's an asshole. Son of a bitch. Well, that's good too.
Shut up! What the hell? Court's adjourned. In my chambers. Now.
Yeah. Give me breadstick money, yeah. Yeah. Give me that breadstick money, honey. Breadstick money, yeah. Yeah. The limited supply coming at you on the fly. With that goopy super cash making them cry. We're taking all our honeys to Olive Garden, spreading breadstick money like fire in the oven. Give me that never-ending solid amount of strong ink. Can't get enough since it's raining only money. $1.99 times 100 fat stacks. Hanging on the mic, spitting mad facts, making jokers mad cause they never gotta laugh. Cracking people's sides, making liars take a bath. On the mic daily and nightly, holding it tightly, poking the mighty plane in our T-Gold teeth. Register ringing, pocket singing, subscribers opinion, we just here screaming. Give me breadstick money, yeah. That goofy cash, honey, yeah. Give me breadstick money, yeah. That goofy cash, honey, yeah. With a pond skunk posse swimming around, diving deep for the truth that's buried underground. Short, skinny jeans, latte in the blender. Swiping through the news, it's so fake, call it pretender. Reddit bros blowing journals out the water. Bringing big news like some Upper East Enders. No rolls, no pins, no Lambo budget. 2 town does it for the breadstick money, yeah. Give me that goopy cash, honey, yeah. Breadstick money, yeah. Give me that goopy cash, honey, yeah. Breadstick money, yeah. Yeah. Give me breadstick money, yeah. That goopy cash, honey, yeah. Give me breadstick money, yeah. That goopy cash, honey, yeah. With a blonde skunk posse swimming around, diving deep for the truth that's buried underground. Short, skinny jeans, latte in the blender. Swiping through the news, it's so fake, call it pretender. Reddit bros blowing journals out the water. Bringing big news like some Upper East Enders. No rolls, no pins, no Lambo budget. 2 town does it for the breadstick money, yeah. Give me that goopy cash, honey, yeah. Breadstick money, yeah. Give me that goopy cash, honey, yeah. Breadstick money, yeah. Yeah. Give me breadstick money, yeah. That goopy cash, honey, yeah. Give me breadstick money, yeah. That goopy cash, honey, yeah.
Well, welcome back everybody to the show, and definitely it's a Muppet Palooza, everybody. Get your Muppet gear ready. It's a Muppet Mafia. We are the Muppets. We're here to do the whole Muppety show that it is now, because Muppets apparently, I am the queen of Muppet defamation. Jay Hip or Ray Hip or whatever the hell his name is the king. The king of Muppet defamation. We've gone full Muppet. We've gone full Muppet on this show, and we are begging for breadstick money. You know why? Because it makes the haters mad. That's why, because their numbers are dwindling and their donations are falling off. And when you guys send breadstick money into this show, it makes them roll around on the floor. Well, as much as they can roll around. There's not a whole lot of movement going on with all those rolls, if you know what I mean. But it makes them roll around on the floor in agony like vampires, very fat ones, being hit with holy water.
Maybe it's because they keep turning on their donors. I mean, maybe that's the thing. I just found out. So the person they pinned all of the, the stuff to get away from, get their big donor back. Well, they turned on another donor that dropped 900 Australian bucks on something else before. Oh man, it's crazy. Can't even keep up. I love it though.
On a public service announcement note, though, folks, don't be dumb enough to send $900 of your hard-earned money for some crazy person's legal bill. That's insane. I don't know what the purpose of that is. Hasn't LMNOP shown you people enough that she has, what's even the word? That she's not going to use the money for what she's supposed to use it for. Somebody gave her $7,000 for Silverman. And instead of fighting that, for the attorney Silverman, instead of fighting that case and presenting her evidence, she dismissed it. Where did the $7,000 go?
Well, look at everything. Okay, look at all the filings that we had in federal case number 1. Where we are right now. How much money was spent? What did it accomplish? Because, there was a lot of papering the case. There was a lot of bluster and a lot of talk. But at the end of the day, what happened? You have the guy step aside. There was a sanction hearing. Everything is still locked up while people try to figure out what the fuck is up with all of that mess. Oh, what a nightmare.
I know, it is a nightmare. Don't forget, folks, to hit that like and subscribe. Make sure you check out the new and hilarious Super Tips. It is pinned to the top of the YouTube chat. And if you're in Rumble, I will drop the link there for you as well. I forgot to do that. Let me do that. But if you would like AI to read your Super Chats to you for satire and parody purposes only, there are some fun voices to choose from, including a new one. We have Auntie Bev, Judge Bev Canoni, has joined the fray. There will be more coming soon. The company is just backed up. They are busy, and they are trying to get those done as fast as they can. We'll have more voices coming soon. But there are some fun ones in there, including my dad. And if you want to know what that sounds like, check it out. Wait, that's the wrong one. How do I go? There we go. I can make me big and you're still little, but we can see you at least this way. Okay.
Oh,
no, this is from Muppet Man Dwayne Rapp.
Everybody send Megan Fox scent trash bags so Dad can get them.
No, don't send me scented trash bags.
Dad wants those. Dad loves scented trash bags. You heard him.
How dare you? Chris Price, thank you for the 5.
Why do these people keep trying to outstage me? I am the center of this circus.
You know what? She should be mad. They are stealing her thunder. We can't even talk about her anymore because there's so many weird Muppet characters that keep getting added to this shit show. That there's just no time to even talk about LMNOP. It's like, who's LMNOP at this point? Like, who the hell even knows anymore? There's too many weirdos to talk about who are not LMNOP. They're stealing her thunder. So check out the new Super Tips because that's a lot of fun and they only take 10%. I love that about them. But also, if you're old school and you want to send super chats like Rozilla's Realm, for instance, thanks for the 2, reporting for duty with the Muppet Army. I love your icon, sir. I love your avatar. Keep it up. Lawanda Lavarnway, thanks for the 5. This is Alice Cooper's sister's mugshot. Really? Stacey R, member for 7 months. Megan, your lips on the pic look like Marilyn Manson. Yes, not my lips. Those are not my lips. That would be legally lips on the thumbnail. Definitely not my lips. Bill Jarzemba, thanks for the 2. Kermit the Frog has been added as a defendant. Oh no. Green Veggie Beast, thanks for the 5. Kermit left Piggy. She was getting worked by some ham. Allie, Kermit lips. Oh my God! Look at the avatar, Tug.
That's hilarious. I love it. Actually, that's perfect.
Thanks for the Aussie $2.99. Tug is number 1. Dad, 2 daughters. We all agree. So do they. Max Lab, thanks for the 2. Hey, Megan and Tug, Judge on Fed 2. Ugh, more delays. Yes, we'll have that for you. I have it queued up, ready to go. Slug Entertainment, thanks for the 2. I got all of the spam flavors now. I am God. Did you go to the Spam Museum today? Was that today? I hope you had fun. And Wender Bender, thanks for the 5. I love your Muppets. Hi, Megan and Tug and chat.
Hello.
And Polar Spark, thanks for the 2. Frey and Crushed Boner is out of bounds. And Jada, thanks for the 2. Love your Muppet avatar. Okay. Breadstick toll paid. I haven't played the Breadstick song in a while. We wrote that during the Laura Owens debacle.
God,
it was a good song. It was a great song. But it's still, it kind of bled over into Jeremy Hales because we had the Breadstick and the Groupie Cash Train. What is this avatar you just put up?
I was like,
what the hell is that?
Give me a mask, but more Muppets.
More Muppet. Did you see the one I put on the thumbnail of you?
I didn't. No.
You didn't see the thumbnail?
No,
Oh
I never
God.
checked the thumbnails. I just come in.
I sent it
I'm
to
like,
you
I'm
on
going to be
Twitter.
here. Why should I look at the thumbnail?
But I sent it to you on
No, I didn't
Twitter.
confirm them. On
I'm
Twitter, I
sending
didn't
it
look on
again.
Twitter. I didn't
I'm
look on
sending
Twitter.
the thumbnail again so you can see it
Is it on
and
Twitter?
bask
I'll look on Twitter. I
on
didn't
Twitter.
look.
I'm
Yeah.
sending it to you so you can bask in the glory of it. It's great.
Okay.
It's
I'll check it out.
absolute. You go look at that. I'll finish up these first few super chats.
It's funny.
Jim
I see it
Henson's
there.
Ghost. Thanks for the 2. Am I going to have to buy a new face kit? I don't know. Helen Stackhouse, thanks for the 2 breadsticks for all. Love you guys. Look at that avatar. Muppets in space. I love it. Pigs in space. Tinsel and TP, thanks for the Aussie 20. I'm joining the Muppets. I'm that sort of person. Well, we all are these days. Teresa Finn, writer chick, member for 10 months. Muppet Palooza. That is why you're my hero. Hey, Tug, you and your girls stay safe with this crazy weather. Love you guys.
Appreciate
How
it.
did you fare? Did you check out the damage? Was it bad?
Yeah, we had some tree breakage and oh Lord, we had so we had to replace some of our outdoor furniture, like we had some chairs and stuff. Yeah, well, I guess I should have waited.
Oh no.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to replace them again.
like son
Did
of
the
a,
trees that fell down fall near anything important?
No, they didn't. Thankfully, they didn't mush anything, So at least we're okay with that. Oh God, though, the storms were bad. I'm surprised. We did pretty good last night, considering how bad all of that went. Just to be honest, I was surprised we got a show out of it.
Well, I'm surprised you were able to stay connected as long as you were. I mean, that was great. So I have to show you guys something because I've been ruminating on this all day about how this latest crazy person to join the Muppet show and the anti-what the Hales media ecosystem is planning on suing everybody, sending me a cease and desist, threatening to sue, suing J-Hip, suing Jeremy, for nothing. It got me thinking, one day, if I have to explain how I got sued, how that's going to look. So I put together a little bit of a Twitter thread, and I want to share that with you because I think it's quite funny. So here it is, explaining one day why I got sued. It all began when I watched a deposition of a crazy loon with my audience while doing yoga because her energy was killing my vibe. Then I started making Legos of the Shit Shack, and then Muppet Gate was born. Would you like to see my exhibits?
Muppet Gate, indeed.
And here we have me doing yoga with the deposition on in the background. We got the incense burning. And then it's really these two's fault. I mean, always blame Jeremy, of course. Look at how great this came out. Jeremy's face. He looks so fed up with the bullshit.
It does. Yeah, that's right.
Oh my God.
He's
So
like, oh
good.
my God.
But imagine explaining this lawsuit. So what did you get sued for? Well, a variety of things, really. Yoga while depositioning, Lego building.
I've never seen somebody so obsessed with a person doing yoga. That's such a bizarre one to me. Out of everything. There's so many weird odds and ends to this, but that one specifically.
And if you guys are not following me on Twitter, my Twitter feed's been on fire with Muppet Palooza. I mean, if you want to see the true Muppet action, all the Muppet action is on X. And my handle is @MeganFoxWriter, where you can share with me all of your Muppet avatars. I've just been going off the charts with Muppet defamation. I'm defaming everybody I know with Muppet avatars. It's fantastic. Although I don't really understand it, Tug, because no one is getting upset by it. Everyone is I have more requests from making these Muppet avatars than I can keep up with. So I'm not sure how it's defamatory.
Yeah, I don't know how. Something again, Muppets of all things. You look like a Muppet. Okay, well, I've been called many horrible things in my life. One of them was not Muppets. So
I know. Well, this Muppet thing, when you do things like this, lips, you got to know. When you do things like this, when they're so ridiculous, these things tend to spread around the internet real fast. Because nobody's ever heard of this before. A cease and desist about calling somebody a Muppet.
The Streisand effect. I mean,
it's a real problem. And if you want to see how much of a problem this might become for her, Here's Nick Rekida's take on the end of the cease and desist that I received. This is pretty funny.
Seeking civil remedies. We advise you to take this letter seriously and discontinue any and all harassment, both online and offline, directed towards Leslie. This is your formal notice prior to reporting to the appropriate law enforcement agencies. Hello, hello, police. There's a woman who went on YouTube and she said that I looked like a Muppet.
Indeed.
What do you mean you don't know what you want me to do?
Oh my God. Hello, police. Oh, goodness gracious. And if you missed Ray Hip, formerly known as J Hip's broadcast today, he was on before this show. You definitely need to go back and watch the replay, because I heard that he issued a pretty serious apology to Legally Lips.
Man, really? Yes, we'll have to tune into that then.
You know, I think I might actually play that apology, because I'll give you a little taste of what that show was like today. But J-Hip has offered a complete and total apology to Legally Lips, and he is allegedly, he may be leaving YouTube forever. So yeah, let's watch that real quick, because I don't know. I think J-Hip may have been scared off of YouTube, which is unfortunate. Hold on. Did I share it? No, I didn't. Here we go. This was the beginning of his stream.
Hello. I hope everyone's doing well today. It's kind of a somber day. I have to come out. The first thing I have to do is I have to get this apology out of the way. Hey, what the hell is this here? I have to get this apology out of the way. On my stream on Saturday, I said that this lady was a failed lawyer, and that she retired because of bar complaint or facing disbarment. And that's not true.
She retired.
She's a wonderful lawyer, and none of that was ever true. And after I heard all of the flack that I got from it and got thrown in this lawsuit, I told her and her attorney Doritos that I would apologize and I would correct the record. So she's a wonderful attorney. She's never faced any sort of bar complaints that I know about, and she's wonderful. And I'm just devastated by the whole situation that's occurred. Just devastated. And as far as I know, this will probably be my last stream that I'll ever do on YouTube. This is probably going to be it for me.
Shit.
So see how I can go on at this point in time.
Poor guy.
All right. And yeah, poor Jay. So we're not, hold on. I can't, there we go. Poor Jay. So, and then he came back from the break, and he had this to say, if I can get past them. Here we go.
Because I'm going to prison.
Good,
Wait.
Jay. How are you?
Down in the dumps because I'm going to prison.
You're not going to prison.
I just hope if I do go to prison that people will give me money on my comment Siri, because I want to continue to comment and still use Siri.
You want money on your comment, Sari?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Comment
will give
Siri.
you money for your comment, Sari.
So
Oh
I
my
think
God.
And your commissary.
that's what I said.
No, that's not what you said.
But
You said comment.
I did my apologies, so we got that out of the way, and then we'll move on, and we're going to go ahead and comment, and we're going to go ahead and I'll make my actual responses to this dumb bitch. All right, so I'll tell you that.
All right. So you can imagine how the rest of that went, and you'll have to watch that later.
Yes, you should. It sounds pretty good. His shows are very good. They all do a great show, man, together.
Yeah, it was really good. I didn't get to finish it either, so I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch the rest of it. But it was funny. I'm sorry I was late to his stream today because I was busy doing other things, and I should have been listening and I wasn't. So I'm going to go back and watch later.
What a criminal monster, I tell you. I was doing other things, by the way, but I need to tune in. I usually catch it on the flip side of it, so I can't say much. Oh, man. God.
Well, so this is interesting to me, Debbie. Debbie says the fleas were so furious at you, Megan. Last night, the fleas thought you treated Lips so terribly when all she did was ask for your help to get answers. But you, Megan, treated her like shit. Cry. Okay, so here's what's interesting about that. So this woman emails me, asks me to do her job for her, and I don't respond. I treat her in no way at all. I just don't respond because I have enough to do. Somehow that's treating her like shit. Just not responding at all. She reposted revenge prawn of me twice before I said anything about this woman. I don't want to hear about how I didn't respond to an email and that means I treated someone terribly. Fuck that noise.
Exactly. I mean, oh no. Didn't respond and do their work. Here's the weird thing. Fuck them. I'm not helping anybody. I'm
not helping any of those people.
I don't know anybody. Anybody. I don't know anybody anything. Nicety? Really? Like these people show me nicety? Yeah, fuck all them.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't owe them anything. And also, I knew she was connected to Volmit. I've already told you all, I disavow him completely. By the way, I've never disavowed anybody in my whole life. He's the first. He's a first. I disavow Mike Volpe completely. He is a hack. He is a fake and a fraud. He is a bad journalist, and he's a fraud. And anybody who's connected to him, I also disavow them. Done. I don't deal with anyone connected to him because he's a liar. And also he charges people for journalism, and also he knocked up a source. That's gross. So I don't want to have anything to do with him or anyone who associates with him. So it's for the first time in my life, I'm playing the association game. I can't believe it, but I am. I'm disavowing him and anybody connected to him. And that includes her, Legally Lips. All right, speaking of Legally Lips, we have a lot to talk about.
Oh my God, some of this stuff is crazy.
And I told you all, I promised Legally Lips that because of her actions, because of what she has done, posting the revenge prawn of me 2 times and not taking it down, and also sending me a stupid cease and desist letter, I've said I will dedicate all my time to digging up whatever it is on her that we can find about her past and her lawsuits. And oh my God. There's so much. And let me also say this. Children are always off limits. I do not have anything to say about her children, nor should anyone have anything to say about my children. And if you're over there talking about my children or my family or planning bad things for my children and my family, watch the fuck out because the gloves will come off. I have been very patient with the ecosystem. I have done nothing to them other than read what is publicly available about them, including arrest records, which is fair game. If I had any arrest records out there, it would be fair game for you guys to read them. I don't. So that's unfortunate for you guys. But it would be fair game to read that. I have read their arrest records. I have read their convictions. I've read their evictions. I've read things like that. But my children and my family, and I haven't said anything about your all of you all's children, and I know things about them, especially one of them in particular, but I am not going to do that because it's bullshit. So if you guys are over there doing that, you better stop because that's nonsense. So anyway, Legally Lips has filed many lawsuits.
Yes.
And they're all on the public docket, by the way, and we can pull them all up. But before we get to those, I want to talk about
reviewing everything is okay. So
she did say that.
Yes, we're following her legal advice.
She did say that. I also want to point out that Lipsy has a story out there. She likes to call herself a hero for people in guardianship because she has represented some people who got released from guardianship. And it is true that in guardianship, there is a lot of corruption. That doesn't mean that every guardianship is a corrupt situation. Some people truly need guardians to watch over their
Oh
finances,
yeah.
their health. And Tug, you would probably know about this because you've worked with so many people with
Oh yeah.
serious disorders who I bet
hmm
have you ever had experience with someone who was in a guardianship?
Oh yeah. Yes. Yes. You have to talk to them about all types of stuff that you do. Any diagnostic change, anything like that. And yeah, there are people that are so high need, high risk. I mean, again, there are people out there that they can't agree with you on what color the grass is. Oh no, it's multicolor, and they mean it. So that person probably can't handle money. When they think, like I've worked with schizophrenics who thought they could see the thoughts bubbling outside of all of our heads. So, they've attacked people because of that, because they didn't like what the thoughts said. So, yeah, those people don't need to hold their own money.
Exactly. For instance, the person that Leslie Frederigos, or Legally Lips as we call her, helped get out of guardianship, one of them was a man who, and I spoke with someone very close to the case about this. So I did my homework today. I had a lot of conversations. And this man's name is Doug Keegan. And according to the person very close to the case, the source told me that Doug Keegan had very severe brain damage from long-term alcohol use, and that it was medically documented. He could answer any question. So like, who's the president? What year is it? He was, intelligent and could answer all those questions, which is why he seemed like he was capable, but his decision-making capabilities were gone. And he got scammed by a woman in Nigeria. He married someone he met on Craigslist, and then she started taking his money, according to the source. And this is what ended him up in court and in a guardianship. And he was, according to the person on the case, he was very dangerous to himself and to other people, and he had a penchant for doing criminal things. And so he had a guardianship. They were watching over him to make sure he didn't hurt people, and also didn't use his money for crazy things like a Nigerian scam. When Leslie took over the case, she did things that got her chastised by the judge. I'll just give you one of them. In this, let's see, we'll pull this up. This is an order in the guardianship of Douglas Keegan. An order regarding the motion to strike the order of suggestion of capacity and motion to strike petition for distribution and request for sanctions against attorney Frederigos. This cause came before this court on November 3, 2020, regarding the guardian's motion to strike the order of suggestion of capacity and motion to strike petition for distribution and request for sanctions against attorney Frederigos. And this court, after receiving argument, reviewing the file, and being otherwise duly advised, it is hereby finds that the ward is to be evaluated by Dr. Jeffrey Danziger to determine if the ward has regained capacity. And the court further finds that attorney Leslie Frederigos made misrepresentations to the court regarding the prior appointment of Dr. Danziger. So this was ordered by the circuit judge there, that she was to be sanctioned for this. Before he could do it, the judges got changed, and the new judge came in and just let him out of his guardianship.
Why?
Yes, and unfortunately, and I have to make sure I've redacted something on this next thing. So the person who was involved in this on the other side had warned the court and the judge, if you let him out, he's going to be probably in jail within a week. I give him a week, is what he said, because of his bad behavior, because his behavior is bad, and he has problems, and he needs to be protected, right? That was what the person was arguing with the court. But I'm just redacting some stuff real quick because I didn't get to finish this. But the judge didn't listen, the new judge, and let him out of his guardianship. Now, Leslie got all kinds of good press on NBC and ABC because she was spinning this narrative that
So
she
that's
had
what you So that's what we talked about yesterday, that press. That was okay.
Yes. She had gotten all this good press because it's true that guardianship as a whole can have some real bad corruption in it. And so she kind of played off of that and said that she had rescued this man. And, she was this big hero, and she was trading off of that. And she got a bunch of different places to write about her, including, I think, Vice wrote about it, and all kinds of different websites. And they gave her credit for freeing him from this terrible guardianship. And again, I do know a lot about guardianship. I have, there's a documentary, if you guys haven't seen it, it's called The Guardians. It's on Amazon. It is fantastic, about some serious abuse that ended up putting a guardian in jail for what this person did to elderly people in guardianships. But that doesn't mean that everybody is being oppressed if they're in a guardianship. So shortly after the decision to release him, I think it was only within a week or two, just like the source told me that he thought it was going to be. Mr. Keegan sent this email. I'm going to pull this. I'm just making sure it's all redacted. Sent this email to the judge and the attorney on the other side. From Douglas Keegan, copied to Leslie and also the attorney, Fletcher Law Firm. Subject, sorry to trouble you. The pathetic TrueLink card is down to $5.02. This is murder and grounds for warfare. I am gentle, but I will find Fletcher and the judge and slit their throats.
What? Oh my
God. If they plan to starve me, I will burn their houses to the ground. I will cut off their roosters and stuff them in their mouths. Is this the law? I have every right to kill these bastards or die trying.
God, man.
He was arrested and put in jail for a year for that.
Of course.
And also, his mugshot when he was arrested, this man was not well. Let me pull that up. I mean, really not well. And you can see it. It is sad and scary that this man was allowed to just be out there on his own. He could have killed someone or himself. But Leslie, what is that? Is that me or you?
I got something ringing. It was something.
I know. Okay.
I was like, what the crap? Yeah.
The heck?
I forgot to mute out, That's everybody's got, some people have some very, they're dramatic. They have dramatic, I'm like, do I want to talk for an hour and a half about something very dramatic? Well, that's the ringtone,
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the image. I have the image of his mugshot. Hang on a second, because you can see it. You can see how sick this poor man is. And this is it. Oh, dear Jesus. This just makes me sad. Hang on. All right, this was the mugshot. Do you see his eyes, Tug?
Oh, you can tell he's not well.
No.
Yeah, he's not well. Is he? Good Lord, man. Is he trashed as well?
Well, allegedly the brain damage that was caused was from years and years of alcohol abuse. And this was literally a week to 2 weeks after he was released on his own.
I'd want to know his diagnostics, because when you have people that, again, I'm not saying that this is it because I don't know, but if you deal with people that have substance induced like psychosis, when you're talking about something like that, that sounds it sounds very similar now.
Well, and here's something else you might want to look at, actually. So he sent another email, and I was redacting that, and I didn't know if I would read this or not, but you might find this interesting because the way he writes, you might be able to see something in this, because I definitely saw something like, oh, this is not right. So this is another one he sent before the threat Do not pay him a dime. He has done nothing to benefit me. I still remember the first time we talked. The F word is most of his vocabulary. I called him from a jail cell when Crazy Jane had me arrested for nothing. Fletcher behaved like a dirtbag. Haz is a mindless imbecile. He is like Invasion of the Body Snatchers and a walking zombie. Getting arrested is such funny stories. I was arrested 6 times. They take you to psych ward because cannot take you to jail. The police are very good as long as you do what they say. My military training makes it easy to just follow orders and be quiet. I do think I will go after OC Police Department because the bosses must be dirty, just some. The officers were very good except for one really big guy who seemed crooked. It is unsettling the first time. Then you know all the nurses and doctors, and it's like old friends getting together. I then know the rules better than them and started explaining what they are supposed to do. They are so busy and overwhelmed and overcrowded sometimes. My experiences with police and hospital were very good. It was all wrong, but they were good. Need to keep them on good behavior because they have so much power and just have to do what they say. It's like this stream of consciousness thing.
Yeah.
You've seen this before, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So the notes on him, there's more, obviously there's lots and lots of filings in the case. That he had, the doctor that Leslie got to testify to say that he was capable of, he had capacity, was someone who was not on the list of proved doctors they use, but it was allowed. But it turned out under questioning, according to the other side, that he wasn't qualified to make it. And on cross-examination, he had never looked at his medical records.
No, man.
He had never looked at, all he did was a 1-hour Zoom interview with the guy and then said he was perfectly fine. He never looked at the traumatic brain injury or he had like brain damage. He never looked at the medical records that diagnosed him with this brain damage from long-term substance use. That's a big deal.
Yeah, that's actually a very big deal. That's horrible because this guy has obviously had people looking after him for an issue. You can tell he went to jail without him. But so
Right.
What was the follow-up? Was there any media follow-up at all in that?
No. So then I go and I search for Douglas Keegan arrest. I could only find it on the county website. I couldn't, not one of those news outlets followed up and reported that this guy that they said was, fully, that he was being held wrongfully in a guardianship. They never reported that he went off half-cocked and threatened a judge and a lawyer and ended up in jail.
So they puff somebody up. Well, I mean, we've seen this plenty of times, haven't we? They puff up something. They don't actually talk about what happens in the aftermath and something goes terribly wrong. Yep.
And you don't hear about it. And it's like it never happened. And that is so wrong. It's just so wrong. I know that in Leslie's book that she wrote about it, she talks about her story about why he did what he did, threatening the judge and the lawyer, was that card he was talking about, that they had not given him his money back. And there's a dispute about that, obviously. And he was claiming they were trying to starve him. And the other side says that was his card and he was demanding that we pay him.
But regardless, the way he dealt with it is not acceptable. It puts you in prison, and somebody that's making, their own decisions. So that's part of it. They don't just decide about their money. They make good decisions about not writing a judge and making threats. Good Lord,
Right. If someone who has capacity doesn't threaten a judge with death, if there's something wrong with their funds, they file the right paperwork. They get their attorney to get the paperwork in to get their money back or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. It's not okay. But he couldn't, right? He lacked the capacity to do what he needed to do to get it back. If that in fact was the case, I don't know. I haven't looked into it enough to know where was the money, whose money was it, and if it was even owed to him. I don't know. But how sad, because you have somebody who really needed help right? Who needed a guardian. He needed that help. And because of Leslie's involvement and the judge who wasn't paying attention, they let him out to harm himself. And that's exactly what he did. So it's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, really. And then no media follow up. And so she gets to ride on, oh, I freed Mr. Keegan from an oppressive guardianship. Well, that's not the way I see it. I think that she contributed to him ending up in jail, is what I think. That's how it looks to me. It looks like she freed a guy who shouldn't have been freed. And
that does not look good at all.
No. And that's my opinion, and I'm allowed to have it. All right. Then we have, so tell me what you found today, Tug.
Well, I do want to give credit. Now, again, I don't know if the person wants credit, but let's just say I will credit source. Yeah, we'll go with source. Apparently, we were going through different cases. Many people have, including myself. And one of the beautiful cases that actually came up was Lips suing family. And oh my God, that case is amazing.
I thought I had it pulled up, but I guess I don't. Where did it go? Did you send it to me?
Yeah, you should have it in your inbox. Yeah.
From you?
Maybe. I don't remember.
I don't know. I've gotten so many emails today. Shoot me.
there's an
Seriously.
army
Shoot me. It's been
God,
too
the
many.
mom claims were something else too. Wow. The
Yeah,
interrogatories,
yeah,
that
yeah.
was fascinating as well.
So I do know that in this case that we're going to look at, there it is. I found it.
Okay.
In this case she filed. So Lips filed this case, and then she couldn't serve anybody. And so it had to be voluntarily it was dismissed. It was thrown out.
Isn't that weird too? Like, you go to sue your family and you can't get them served. Like that seems like a statement, doesn't it, in its own right?
Yeah, I'm not even sure like how serious she is about these things. I almost feel like she might be filing these things just for her own PR. You know what I mean? Like, so she can point to a filing, and everybody knows that court cases are complicated. So who the hell's going to look into it to find out what actually happened and what were the counterclaims, etc.
Mhm.
I get the feeling she files these things to do her own reputation damage control.
Phew, man, suing your own family, I don't know how good that is for your reputation. I'm just saying.
And by the way, things are all available on the public docket. There is nothing
Yes.
in here that is sealed or anything.
No.
Also, the things that are mentioned in here are all allegations. And because this case did not go forward, because there was never a response, we have no idea what the other side was, right? So we are reading this as Leslie's complaint. It is for defamation, libel, slander, defamation by implication, defamation, libel, slander per se, abusive process, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and invasion of privacy.
Well, she's okay with family members being talked to, so I wonder if she would be okay, since she put up Hales family members and stuff. I wonder if she'd be okay with contact with family. I mean, apparently that's okay. It's all good to go. See, that's what I'm telling. Like these.
Yeah,
people,
she didn't think there was anything wrong with contacting Jeremy's
Oh no,
kids.
she
So
put up
maybe
all that.
maybe she won't care if I reach out to these people. But I don't get it though. I thought her husband's last name was Frederigos. So is she suing her husband's family?
I don't know.
Because his last name is Frederigos.
Yeah, and hers. Well, we found that.
Yeah, I think that this must be her in-laws. These must be her in-laws. I think I remember seeing a post by her saying that her in-laws teamed up with her husband. He's not the ex. See, this whole thing is so confusing. It's so confusing. All right, anyway, let's just get to it.
Insanity. I mean, it's just all insanity, and it's a weird shit show to look into and to check out for sure.
It is. All right, we'll take turns reading the pages here. This case involves extended and estranged family members and a childhood friend of the plaintiff's husband who has taken measures to cause harm to the plaintiff after the plaintiff and her husband attempt to set boundaries to stop familial interference in the plaintiff's marriage. After the plaintiff cut ties and communications with various family members, these extended family members wait several years without contact with the plaintiff before they intentionally recruit other extended family members and friends by the dissemination of false statements about the plaintiff to support the filing of a false report against the plaintiff. The spread of these false statements results in a false report against the plaintiff to the Department of Children and Families on October 24th, 2023, which was closed with no findings on November 2, 2023. Defendants continue to threaten the plaintiff with more false reporting and the dissemination of these false statements, which results in the New York court granting 2 orders of protection to protect the plaintiff and her minor children. We all know how they hand out orders of protection like candy.
Mm-hmm.
The defendants continue to publish disparaging and wait a minute, she lived in New York. Stay out of New York, Lips. I don't need you here. The defendants continue to publish disparaging and false statements about the plaintiff and continue to engage in communicating these false statements to third parties. All right, Tug, your turn.
The defendants listed in this lawsuit have no right to say any of the listed defamatory comments cited in this lawsuit. They have no right, baby. None of the defendants. Well, that messed me. I was like, wow.
Sorry.
None of the defendants.
I was trying to get it a little bit closer. There we go.
Right.
There we go.
None of the defendants have seen the plaintiff in years to make any statements of her current mental health status. Now, she's talked about her mental health status quite a bit on her own, you know?
She has.
So.
This is why I say we have no actual medical proof that she has a mental health condition. And so I'm not sure because she tends to use it when it benefits her.
But look at the type of statements, though. I mean, you see the statements that she's put in quotations with that. Like when they're talking about your, like if I'm like, damn, Megan, you lost your mind. I'm not making a freaking, diagnosis.
Yeah, it's not a diagnosis. That's that's especially for a non-medical person. That's just a colloquialism, right? And also, but she uses the idea that she may have a mental disorder to benefit her when it's useful. But when it isn't useful, when she wants to use it as a weapon against someone, she'll sue you for saying she's mentally unstable. You see this? Right. But at the same time, she tells the bar she's so mentally unstable, she can't stand trial. But here she's suing people for saying she's mentally unstable. You got to be fucking kidding me. Pick a lane, lady, and stay in it. This is why I actually am not going to believe any of this stuff about her mental health until I see doctor's records. I think maybe she's just, I don't know what the word is.
Malingering.
Like a malingering, like a Laura Owens.
Yep.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Using diagnoses when it's convenient.
Malingering is the intentional fabrication or exaggeration of physical or psychological symptoms for an external gain, such as avoiding work, obtaining compensation, or avoiding legal consequences. That is the definition. Yes. So it is malingering. That would be
malingering is the word I was looking for. That's how it seems to me. It seems more like malingering than it does anything else.
It does, very much so. I mean, and again, I'm not saying that is the case. I, again, can look at actions from another person. I can look at court documents. And like she said, she gave out 2 press releases. She said that you can draw inference. You can have an opinion. That was okay for these other folks. So again, I took her legal, not legal advice, right? Cool. Actually, it is legal, I mean, I don't know what else that is other than legal advice. I mean, again,
it sure looks like legal advice to me.
Well, okay. So the website, I got exploring a little more about the website. It gets even more curious because it's hooked in to an actual law site as well. All right. If you click in, it's still there. And it has a payment portal, an active payment portal. At least I didn't try to give it money, but all the way up to giving payment, it is an active payment portal. So what exactly are you paying for? It does seem like legal services to me. Again, I don't know. I don't know what the spin is to it, but it's strange when you have all this talk about legal and have this stuff. I don't know. People can look at it again. You draw your own conclusion with it, but to my untrained eye, it very much looks like that. I can't figure out what else it is. She told me she's not a reporter. She said that in her own
She did?
post. Yeah, she posted that in one of her statements that are now defunct. You scared me. I was like, holy crap. It's like you know those videos where you're like watching something drive down the road and all of a sudden something sticks there.
It's a jump scare.
Yeah. I was like, oh my
Well,
God.
I just wanted to remind everyone who we're talking about. So
Marilyn Manson?
Legally Lips.
Oh, my bad.
Legally
Not
Lips,
Marilyn.
who reminds me of a Muppet. And I'm going to be sued into oblivion for saying that, I guess. It's strange, though, because everyone on the internet now wants me to make Muppets of them. I don't know how that can be defamatory when everyone wants one.
How can you? I'm allowed to think. So something that my kid might say when they see somebody, I mean, that really, that's something my kid might be like, hey, there's somebody that looks like a Muppet, I mean, that's going to get me sued. Okay, that's strange. You're going to sue a child, like if we're at Walmart. Oh my God, that child said it. What's your name again, child? Okay, pull lips off there so I can get on that.
Now, watch out, chat, because at any moment you might get a jump scare because I have added this to the stream now. So
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's something else, especially when I'm focused right in there. I'm like, Okay. None of the defendants have seen the plaintiff in years to make any statement of current mental health status. None of the defendants have had any contact with plaintiff around the times they made claims of my mental health status in these false statements. None of the defendants are treating qualified physician to determine, quote, if the plaintiff lost her mind, unquote, quote, if the plaintiff is manic, unquote, quote, if plaintiff is refusing necessary treatment, unquote. So those are three right there amongst various and other false and discriminatory statements directed at plaintiff's ADA protect. That's again, her trying to say random people out there saying that somehow in some way that violates your ADA protections. That's not how that works. Some random person be like, yo, chick, you lost your freaking mind. That is, oh, Lord. She tried that same thing, though. She said the exact same thing when she was doing her interview. People sent clips of that. So none of the defendants have access to plaintiff's private medical records or recommended treatment to make such claims as plaintiff is refusing treatment. Refusing to take her medication. Plaintiff is a detriment to her children because of my mental health, not hers. So she switched it over to herself. You notice that in the quote? That's funny.
Yeah.
Because of my mental health and or refusal to treat. Any visual depictions received portraying plaintiff in a false light was not directly given to any of the defendants. So was there
visual
video?
Wait a minute. I wonder if anybody had this.
It's Gary, Megan.
Oh, come on. It's hilarious.
Is this a broadcast or is this a horror show? I swear. No, nor did the defendants have permission to contain falsely portrayed images of the plaintiff. Oh my God, you're a flasher.
I'm sorry. All right. I'm sorry. Continue.
With accusations claiming plaintiff worked in the corn industry. Nor is this a true statement. Yes, her mother actually made this wonderful statement. Would you like me to quote her mother?
Oh boy.
Would that be a fun one? Give me a second.
Well, aren't we going to get to that?
Yeah. But yeah, I guess we could save it. You know what?
Well, wait for it.
Wait for it. So we have some interrogatories where they ask certain questions. And one of those questions is going to blow your damn mind because it's going to go back to this one. So some of the defendants have used these images to make threats to disseminate and or distribute these images without plaintiff's permission to third parties.
Wait a minute. Hold on. She sued someone for distributing images without her permission and making claims about it. She sued someone for that. Isn't that interesting? What was it that she did to me and Jeremy Hales again?
That actually makes this much more interesting. It does, now that you mention that, because of the revenge prawn. So she doesn't like people claiming that she was in that industry. That's what she's saying these people did, and that they were disseminating fake images. I suppose they're fake. I'm not sure these are.
She's saying they're not real. Okay, fine. Let's take her at her word that they're not real. But she's suing people because they use these images to make threats and disseminate and distribute.
Family for it. So it's such an egregious issue that you would even sue family for this kind of thing.
Leslie, you distributed revenge prawn of me and Jeremy Hales. You did twice. It's still on your Facebook page.
Not only that, but then you decided to sue Jeremy Hales. It looks very vindictive, to be honest. That counterclaim is going to be a whopper. It is definitely going to be amazing. I can't wait for that one. I can't wait. I think this is going to be amazing.
By the way, I forgot to play our public service announcement today. I forgot that. Do I even have it up here still? Oh, yes, here it is. Quickly, as a public service announcement, always remember.
You may be tempted. Do not contact any person or persons mentioned on this stream. Do not even think about contacting anyone who may be the topic of the daily news. If you should do that, the host will question your IQ, possibly call you names, and mock you for disobeying these basic rules of decency. This disclaimer does not apply to any government official or elected public person who answers to you, the people. Feel free to contact any of them at any time for any reason and use all the cursey words you prefer. The Supreme Court says you can bully the government, but don't even think about doing it to anyone else.
There you go. There's your public service announcement. Don't contact anybody to talk about.
I think we've made that very clear. We do not advocate contact at all. We review things. We talk about people. We talk about stupid things that happen. But yes, contact does not help in any way whatsoever. Let them make the mistakes and do that.
Which is interesting because they are doing that now. They
have been doing it quite a bit, which is...
I would like to point out, I don't go into other people's chats. I think I've been in one once. I was in Ray Bone Crusher's chat once to ask a question.
You asked about you tried to ask about the Only Me thing, but they banned you before even the host could see it, So
I tried to get some clarification, but since then I haven't been in any of their chats. I may watch occasionally, although not lately.
Well,
but I don't.
No cases involving any of these people at the time or anything else either. They were just people covering a case, quote unquote covering. So,
and now we have John Cook going into everybody's chats all of a sudden.
Oh yeah,
I saw him in Coop and Georgie's chat, and he was in. Where else was he? He was in another chat too.
Yeah, I saw him talking about
J Hips chat.
I saw him talking about my kids, which we'll bring up tomorrow. I think that'll be something to highlight. But it's considering the allegations that have been made by the person that lives there about a child, I would really not like him fixating on my kid. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, don't contact anybody because it doesn't help. All right. You are at number 3, I do believe. No, wait, we were in the middle of number 3.
Number 3, yeah.
We were at the end, actually.
Yes, making claims. This accurately depicts plaintiff and assumes her to be involved in the corn industry. Plaintiff has never had a criminal background. Issues with alcohol or the drugs. Did arrested for any reasons. Never had the DUI. Never been found to be
the DUI. That's funny.
Been found by any investigation with the Florida bar to have addiction issues. I mean, wait. Well, I read that wrong because of the corn issue. Potential corn. So addiction. I don't want to put. I don't want to break that up slowly. That sounded bad.
But wait, I like the way she worded this. Never been found by any investigation with the Florida bar to have had any addiction issues. What were you found by the investigations of the Florida bar to have had? There were other investigations, weren't there? Weren't there, dear? What did they find?
This stuff.
I know of at least one discipline action that was taken. She was given orders from the bar. So she has had other investigations. It's just funny with the wording. Well, they didn't find that she had any addiction issues.
Yeah, they didn't find this specific thing. Okay.
Right.
Oh, good deal, you know. The plaintiff's ADA protected disability is public record and has been used once as mitigating factor in 2020 after plaintiff called a judge unethical for making false statements in an order. Look at this shit. Like, again, this is the thing that these folks, this is why you don't let people off the hook, because ultimately this is the game they play forever. Even if you do put them on the hook, like look at paint chips, for example, go to prison. Oh no, it was a setup. None of that stuff.
Right.
Really happened.
And he pled guilty. He pled guilty. You're not allowed to do that after you plead guilty. You're not allowed to get out of jail and be like, well, I didn't do it.
Yeah, and that's all he does. You know, he just, oh God, it's nuts. But which he later acknowledged he made a mistake and vacated his order containing false statements. Huh? I need to read.
Well,
that
that's
and see
sort of
about that.
true. That's sort of
I'll have to go
true.
Look at that. Okay.
So she did the thing that he said she did, which was she disparaged him in an email.
Mhm.
He had made some kind of small minor error.
Oh.
And so he acknowledged that he made this small mistake. And then because she apologized, and it's in the record, she apologized profusely to him for what she wrote in the email. And he said, I've never had a lawyer apologize to me before, so we'll just let it go. Because he made this small mistake that led to some miscommunication. Then she sends the email. So he says, well, it was partly my fault, even though she shouldn't have talked to him like that. So he let it go. Yeah, Rosalind, minor perjury? Yeah. Some kind of minor mistake. And so he took responsibility for it and he let her off with
Shit, this is another lawsuit based on disbarred lawyer. That's part of this. You notice it down there at the bottom?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So she's already sued for this before.
Oh my
Okay.
God. Okay. The plaintiff chose to retire her Florida license to stay at home with their 3 young children. Those chillins they needed because it was too hard working the hours she was working and the form of law she was working in while raising the 3 young chillins. Oh man, sounds rough. Sounds rough. Plaintiff requested how many kids do you have?
4 currently.
Yeah, you bust it up. You keep work. You research the hell out of cases. You know, you manage to be an awesome parent at the same time. But hey, you know,
I try.
Yep.
I try.
Well, you can
But
tell.
it helps that I get to work from home. You know, I don't have to go off to work every day. So that's a good thing.
You can always tell, you know, you can look at how kids, especially older kids knock you out in a fucking cocaine heartbeat, man. They'd be like, that's a monster right there, you know, if they had a problem.
Yeah.
Little kids, but older kids, oh yeah. Like if I was mean, my oldest daughter would knock me out in a second, you know.
Totally.
And she should. I mean, honestly, you know, she should for sure. But let's see. Plaintiff request for approval for retirement status to not hold her liable under the standard. Plaintiff requested for approval for retirement status to not hold her liable under the standard as a lawyer. What? What is she saying? Being a retired attorney is not a disciplinary status.
Oh my God. So right here.
She's admitting this.
Admitting what we said.
Holy shit. We need this
for retirement.
clip right
She
there.
asked to retire so that they wouldn't hold her liable for what she did.
Yes.
That's
okay,
all
I'm
we've
clipping
been
that.
saying.
Boom. Well, that's right there. That's it. Admission. I'm clipping that real quick. admission of everything.
Of everything we said. What we said was she retired to avoid getting disbarred, and here it is. Plaintiff requested for approval for retirement status to not hold her liable under the standard as a lawyer. So she didn't want the discipline. Look at the next sentence.
Yeah,
Being a retired attorney is not a disciplinary status.
Yes. she tells you straight up though, like, I'm not going to be held to the same standard if I'm retired. That's how that reads straight up, you know.
And this next part though is not true. It's not true at all. It is absolutely untrue.
That's wild though. Still, that sentence right there says everything you need. Retiring one's license requires approval, and if there were serious disciplinary issues against a lawyer, it would not have been approved.
No, false.
That's not
false. We have seen, how many times have we seen judges shrug their shoulders and not give sanctions because they would rather just do something else and move on with their lives?
They're like, hey, you know, you're out of here. I never have to deal with you again. Good thing. Good deal.
Look at Judge Blytho. Look at him. Look at what happened with him and Bruce. I mean, we still haven't seen those sanctions. I don't know if they're coming. God, who knows? Who the hell knows? The super tips are piling up. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Let's get to some of those. Navy vet for the broken. Thanks to the 5. Oh, it didn't play. That's weird. What happened? Wait.
You broke it.
I broke it? Oh, I hope not. Hold
I hope
on.
not, actually. That'd be terrible if you really did. That's it.
Navy. Let's try it again. Huh. That one. Well, it says lips, lips, lips. You're digging a very deep hole. I just hope it's not a grave. As the saying goes, you keep going until you're digging your own grave. Oh, it's a text one. That's why. I'm always used to it reading itself. It was a text. Okay, sorry. Sometimes these are just also text. Okay, Wheat Toast. Thanks for the 5.
This is the best case for a medium smart journalist and a primo breadstick hustler.
And Rob Pate, thanks for the 5. Oh, a Judge Bev.
I feel left out. Megan, where is my Sauce Lady Muppet avatar?
We should totally make Judge Bev a Muppet. Oh, yeah, that's going to happen for sure. As soon as ChatGPT times me in again, I'm going in for Judge Bev. Michelle Natal, thanks for the 10.
Damn it, Megan. You tell them sons of bitches they need to increase their brain cells and stop wasting their money on losers.
Oh my God.
Stop telling them not to give money. I have a poor old disabled 501c3 that I needs funding. My anxiety is over the roof.
My God, did that sound like something exactly like something my dad would say? You guys know my dad. It's so funny how you put words in his mouth and it sounds exactly like him.
Sorry, Lips, you got mugged. Get over it.
Girl, don't F with the mug.
Shut up, losers. I was the first one mugged. I win.
That was from Rosalind. Thank
That's
you,
funny.
Rosalind. I love Rosalind's series. She always does a series of them, and they always, oh, God, I love it. B, the bland one, thanks for the 5.
I believe that liar, fraud, cheat, scammer, Owen stalker is the word you're looking for.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And Nigel Allen, thanks for the 5.
Mahna, mahna.
Mana. Josh, thanks for the 5.
Trying to think of something witty to write and was suddenly hit in the head by a breadstick. Okay, already, here you go.
Shit.
And DTG 1032.
Careful with the jump scares. We don't want Tug to have the big Elizabeth.
And Muppet Man Dwayne Rapp, thanks for the long series. Here comes a bunch of them.
Megan, stop scaring people.
No, Dad, I'm doing my job.
Who is that Muppet Man?
Yeah, who is that Muppet Man?
It's my good friend Ray Hip or Jay Hip. I don't know.
Oh man, I love Super Tips so much. I can't get enough of it. And it's just a joke, folks. It's only AI. It's a computer. It's not real people. No one is forcing anyone to say these things. They're all your thoughts, just read by a computer. And it's a lot of fun.
That stuff she said about self-deletion the other day. Yeah, I was just reading that over while we were talking.
Oh no.
I've got screenshots of that now. You know, the conversation.
Oh, we'll have to. Yeah, we may have
Yeah,
to pull
we'll
that up
pull that
because
up.
that is something. Again, that to me screams malingering because it's using a thing like that, like a serious mental issue, for some kind of advantage.
Yes, it's
To
saying
escape consequences.
Yeah. It's saying if you talk about me, then, and I mean that is so manipulative.
That's what
because-
Laura Owens did. Remember the emails
Mhm.
that she would send Dave Neal and say the blood is on your hands?
Yep.
We have discovered another Laura Owens. I'm telling you, these are very similar personalities. These are people who are deeply, deeply manipulative. And you cannot allow them to manipulate you like that. You must expose what these people are doing and their victim, because they have victims out there. There are victims of these people out there. Laura Owens had victims who lived and suffered with what she did to them. And anybody out there who has suffered because of something that Legally Lips, or otherwise known as Leslie Frederigos, has done to you, and you want to talk about it, call me. Let me know. Send me an email. Contact me. I'll hear what you have to say, because I feel like we've uncovered another Laura Owens here.
It's also all based on old trials and, you know, everything that's going on with that. Again, we've done the exact same thing that we were told was okay. Again, I want to stress that over and over again, because there is nothing that we are doing. Again, I didn't put together a website. I also have looked for positives as of you, you know. So
we did.
You know, we did a lot more research than they did. No,
I did. The news articles were quite positive, because it was basically her own press.
Yeah, half a freaking story. You know?
Half the story. They didn't finish the story and find out what happened to poor Mr.
Oh,
Keenan.
by the way, if anybody could do me a solid here, all right, any of you out there, I am looking for something and I cannot find it right now. So apparently, Miss Lips put together a documentary on her own. Now, she took it down, so I have not been able to find it now. I've only been looking for it for a little while so far, but it has to be out there somewhere, and I need it. So I don't need the link, because the link is down for it. I need the actual thing. If you point me at it, if you find it, let me know. If there's cost associated or something, like, again, let me know. Don't go out and be like, oh, I dropped a hundo. No, don't do anything
Well, for
like
whatever reason, she took it down. And look, Lips,
She
this is
made
your
it.
moment. This is your moment. Everyone wants to watch your documentary right now. You should put it back up, because people want to see it. You might get more eyes on your documentary than you've ever had before. This is the moment. This is your 15 minutes. You wanted fame. You wanted attention. You have it now.
I will
Put your
watch it
documentary.
uninterrupted.
Put it back up.
Yeah.
I mean, you made a
it.
thing. You made a thing. You made it. It's kind
She
of
made
a
a
cool
press
thing to make a
release.
movie.
She made a press
Yeah.
release for it. So, you know what? I want to watch it. I am interested. You had me at hello.
You've got my entire attention, ma'am. You have my attention. I will watch it. I will share it with people. I mean, why would you take it down? You've probably worked on that for a really long time. You know, this is a thing that Laura Owens would never do. She would never take down her stuff. She never did. She wants people to see it. You know, she wants people to see her Medium articles, and she doesn't hide from it. She leans in. She like puts more out there. You know, Leslie's running for whatever reason, and she's pulling everything down offline.
Because
But
of the revenge corn, I'm telling you, that right there. She knows this is a serious issue, because, you know, you saw her face, you saw the way that she reacted, you noticed that all the admission, plus, interestingly enough, during that, the guy that she had on said, quote, "This is my revenge corn." So he said that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, she knows that was just, I mean, there is a heavy duty law that has been signed in. And interestingly, that stuff's still out there. So, you know, good
All right.
luck. Anyway,
We are on page 2 of 19. We're never going to get through this. So I am going to paraphrase. So basically, she says, none of these people in the lawsuit live with us. They don't know what kind of parents we are. And we went to therapy, and we found out in therapy that all of my husband's relatives and some of mine were toxic. So we cut them out of our lives.
Right there at the top of the page, I thought this was interesting because she says, it's highly discriminatory to assume that my children are being abused because of past diagnosis I received 20 years ago. So if it's the same diagnosis, though, that you used in the courtroom, how can you just be like, that's a 20-year-old diagnosis? Unless there's something else that's just, you're like, wow, that's a hell of a diagnosis,
Right. Again, it's her playing with this diagnosis to use it when she wants to and not use it when she doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Each of plaintiff's children excel in school, don't have behavior problems. We went to therapy. Defendants were playing toxic roles in our marriage. It was recommended that husband put up boundaries with those who were not respecting their marriage, rather than plaintiff's husband relying on plaintiff to solely defend against the disrespect to their marriage. Unfortunately, simple boundary setting and ceasing contact with various defendants was turned around on plaintiff, while defendants made implications that plaintiff was somehow a threat to her husband's safety.
This stuff gets crazy through here.
Which is evidence in written communication claiming to be worried about plaintiff's husband, with knowledge that the plaintiff's husband had just asked defendants to not contact plaintiff, him, and their children. One of the defendants showed up uninvited to plaintiff's marital home. After plaintiff and her husband took measures to inform him they no longer wanted him to contact them, he stated his reason for trespassing on their property was to make sure plaintiff's husband was not dead. Oh my God, didn't I just say this the other day? I said, I think we should check the basement. Is he alive? He didn't contact me from the email on the bar thing. I had the same concern. I mean,
yes,
just
and again,
saying.
No one contact or anything. That is just a statement.
Don't. I contacted him because he allegedly contacted me.
Yes,
so I reached out to him for
Mhm.
clarification. Did you send this email? And I sent it to the email that's on the bar website, and he never responded. I don't know.
Which
what
is
that
interesting
means.
because that one address kept going again and again and again and again. It kept coming at you.
Right,
you know?
right.
So-
That person, whoever that was writing that, came at me 3 or 4 times.
Mhm.
But suddenly when I reached out to the husband, nothing. So, and I had the same thought. So it's not unusual that these people might have thought something might have happened. When this defendant refused to leave, plaintiff had to call the police to trespass him. Amongst other highly defamatory comments various defendants made, claiming plaintiff killed her children. Plaintiff was planning to kill Yaya, then proceeding with threatening to call law enforcement. And then this is the state. These are the parties. Parties, all the parties. This is an action. Party! This is an action for damages in excess of $75,000. She likes that number. She uses that number a lot.
She likes that. Well, she likes that Fed. She wants to be in the federal court. She loves to take people to Fed court.
But of course, the court she sued Jeremy in is actually state court. I got that wrong. I thought it was federal court, but it was
I thought
state
it was
court.
too. I thought that was. I didn't even really.
No, it's orange. It's circuit court.
That's weird. Then
This
so
might
maybe
be
she
too.
just does love.
This actually might be too.
I just assumed that was.
Let me check. It's
I just
This is
assumed that was-
this is circuit court.
That's crazy. Like I said, I just
so-
assumed that was a byproduct of that.
Let's see. So here are the facts. Oh God, we have the facts.
Just the
How do we? Just the facts. November 10, 2012. They got married. And there were extended family members. All these family members are of Greek descent, and plaintiff is not of Greek descent. Oh, that's always a problem in a Greek family. I could see that they wouldn't like her. The defendants made it known because of plaintiff's status as a single parent of non-Greek descent that she would never be accepted by her husband's family. Defendants, all these people, have taken measures since the inception of the plaintiff's marriage to engage in communication directed at the plaintiff for the purpose of intimidating, harming, coercing, discriminating, defaming, and demeaning the plaintiff with the intention to do harm to the plaintiff personally, professionally, and end the marriage to their extended family member, Michael Frederigos. Defendants had knowledge that the plaintiff was in a protected life class with the ADA when they took these measures to use the plaintiff diagnosis to demean her, make fun of her, file false police reports about her, intentionally make degrading and disparaging comments directed at her with no knowledge of her mental status at the time. Just to let you know, though, Lips, I don't believe any of it unless I see some sort of actual diagnosis, some real medical records. And I don't think I would believe it if she posted it. I think I'd have to see it come directly from the doctor. Sign a HIPAA form, and then I'll believe it.
Indeed.
I mean, just stating that you have something doesn't mean you have it.
Yeah, that doesn't make it, you know. You can be
All
like,
right.
I have $1 billion, Megan. Woohoo!
The plaintiff endured egregious attacks against her character for 11 years. All these people did all these things, continued to take measures to whatever, false reports, lots of various threats, hateful words intended to cause harm. She cut off communication in 2019 with all of them. However, the defendants have continued to find ways to collectively communicate false statements intended to harm the plaintiff while taking turns in various acts that have been collectively orchestrated among the defendants. In the spring of 2021, they allowed their nephew to stay for a few weeks at their home. The two defendants took measures to interfere in the plaintiff's marriage with threats of intimidation, including but not limited to forcing their entry into the plaintiff's bedroom while videotaping the plaintiff with their iPhone as a threat to publish on social media, hiding her keys so she could not escape their intimidation, and falsely accusing the plaintiff of murdering her kids when the plaintiff had brought her children to a babysitter to be protected from the actions of the defendants. This resulted in plaintiff having to call the police to escort her safely to her car to leave her marital home for safety. Now I know you want to read this part, so here you go. Number 24.
Crazy though, you know. On May 29th, 2023, defendant Kathleen B., estranged mother of the plaintiff, who has not verbally spoken to the plaintiff or physically seen the plaintiff in several years after defendant Kathleen B. You hear the kids. That's all the way upstairs, by the way. So they left the door open. You know, that's why I'm muted for a minute. So if you hear yelling, that is a long ways away. I'll have to close the door in a minute. Actually, let me go close the door real fast, okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right. While we're doing that, while Tug's doing that, I have another super tip. And this one is from Rickles. Thanks for the 5.
Muppet Nerds Inti, oops, unite, darn the listexia.
The listexia. And also, why don't we get to a few super chats while he closes the door? Let's see. Where are we at? We are at Bill Jarzemba. Thanks for the 2. Kermit the Frog has been added as a defendant. Oh my God, that's funny. Oh wait, I already read that one. Breadsticks for all, says Helen Stackhouse. And Tinsel and TP, thanks for the 20. I'm joining the Muppets. I'm that sort of person. Teresa Finn Writer Chick, Muppet Palooza. I read that one too. Gosh, why am I so lost? Al Flocking Lou. I love your avatar. Thanks for the 2. We need Mafia Muppet picture now. God, I have so much to do. So little time, so many things. Cynthia Irvin, thanks for the 2. Hi, guys. Well, hi, Cynthia. Not LiarNet, member for a month. I want to be a Muppet. Well, all you have to do is go to ChatGPT. It's free. Upload a picture of yourself and tell it to turn you into a Muppet. Starchasm FF, thanks for the 5. Muppet Parade, is it trending yet? It needs to be. Polar Spark, thanks for the 2. Can't tell if Tug is a candy or a hypnotizer.
A what now? Candy or a hypnotizer.
Or a hypnotizer.
You know, I have one of those hypno wheels. So it's funny when I, way back when I was in college, you know, which was a long time ago, they were cleaning out all of their old psychiatric, you know, tools and stuff. And they had a hypno wheel, you know, one of those
things you spin in.
Yeah, it's actually a little machine that it's attached to. Yeah, you can find them online. Those things are like $700 or $800 these days because they're, you know, yeah, it's an old piece of. Not a lot of them exist. You know, people started trashing them after a long time, but they're crazy to look at. Like you sit there, you know, like, ooh, stare deeply into those colors, you know, and they're pretty awesome though.
Oh my God, that's so weird.
Yeah, I like playing with the thing. Does it work? You know, I don't believe it.
Works.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it works. You know, but
speaking of hypnosis, did you hear about Scott Adams?
Oh yeah, that's sad, man.
Scott Adams has terminal cancer.
Yeah,
And he only
that's
has
very
a
sad.
few weeks or months left. So head over to X where he is and give Scott Adams some love if you like Scott Adams. And even if you don't even know who he
If
is,
you
give
don't
him
like
some
him,
love.
you know? I mean,
He is the author of Dilbert, and he was very instrumental actually in the last election. He got very involved in politics, and I very much enjoyed his coffee talks with Scott Adams. I very much enjoyed lots of his opinions. I disagreed with some of the things that he said too, but I find him to be
Even if he
very
didn't,
intelligent.
it's not hard to be a decent human being. You know what I mean? You know, people can.
Oh, and he's so funny. He makes me laugh. I mean, you guys have seen Dilbert. Dilbert's a hilarious cartoon, and he's just as funny. So go give him some love because he's considering assisted unaliving.
I felt bad for him, man. When I listened to all that, I was like, oh my god, you know, just
I
sad.
know. Apparently, he's in a lot of pain. So,
Yeah.
and he's walking
You
with
could-
a walker now.
You could tell, you could see it. You know, I mean,
I know, it's really sad.
I can't actually imagine, like when my stepfather, when he had all his medical things, the one thing that was available was like a ton of pain medication, you know, assistance with that. Nowadays, with all the restriction, I understand why there's restriction, but my God, how do you get help? You know, so
Right. No, I agree. And pain will drive you crazy. It'll drive you to want to die. And
Yeah.
I've never been a person who ever had those kinds of thoughts before. But when I was 6 months with pain in my neck that I could barely move, it only took me about 4 months of constant pain before I started to think, I'd rather be dead. I don't want to live like this. So I understand what chronic pain can do. I totally get it. And there is a real problem that we don't have decent pain management in this country.
no,
Um,
it's just sad. It's like I said, all that with there, but he seemed like he needed some support. Period. So if you want to be,
He sure did.
yeah. All right, let's read.
All right. We were on
So,
24.
halfway through. I'm going to say in several years after defendant Kathleen B. had taken numerous measures throughout the plaintiff's life to ruin her reputation within the community and profession. Defendant Kathleen B. used Facebook and emailed defendant Danny F. false statements alleging the following on May 29th, 2023. So again, we're not talking that long ago, just to point this stuff out. Suing family there. This happened kind of, there's a lot of cases. She's still got stuff that, I mean, it's right till now. Like there's stuff still going on. So, hi, Danny. This is Leslie F's mom, Leslie Lip's mom. My daughter has lost her mind and needs treatment. Your brother has done nothing. She is currently making corn online. That. Let me go down.
Oh, we have breaking news.
What's that?
But go ahead and finish this because this is nuts. So go ahead.
Just roll down a little bit. I'm on the next page. Yeah, there we go. All right. Anyone can see it. I cannot believe Leslie Lip's husband is allowing this. I have tried to get her treatment, but he stops any attempt. She has lost her mind. I will call in DCF for the children unless he does something. Leslie Lip's husband is allowing this. The poor children.
Tug, I'm going to send you something.
All right. Like by email or?
Can you look at your text?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because I think this is confirmation of what we were looking for. But I want to make sure.
Oh, my mate. Yeah, that it does look like that.
Hang on a minute.
That does look like.
I think we found it. Well, it wasn't we.
I
don't know if the wait.
Let's not note it.
Let's not name that.
Let's not. Let's just say we've been doing a lot of deep diving into a few things, and somebody looks like they might have found something very, very, very fascinating. I want to see where it comes from exactly, but
I have the link. I'm going to send it to you. Okay. How do I forward this to you? Oh my God, I'm so excited. I can't click the right buttons. This is really something. Okay. I sent you the link so you can check it out. All right. Let's see.
Sorry, I was muted out for a second there as well.
That's okay. I sent you the link on your phone.
Link there. Oh yeah.
Hold on a minute, folks. Just bear with us.
There's post. Oh yes, that is. That needs to be archived. Fuck yes. I gotta archive this. Sorry, folks. We're looking at something, but I don't want to ruin this right this second. Okay, this is like pretty big.
Yep.
It needs to be archived though before anything goes away. Holy crap, that's amazing. This is a big thing right now. I know that's teasing, but like I said, I don't want to lose anything. I need it archived.
Yeah, we got to archive this. So just you know what we're going to do?
Well, you could still read or do anything if you want
Yes,
to.
I could, but I also hold on a second.
Archive.
Hold please.
Oh no, crap. It's already started the freaking whole thing.
No, I'm just I'm hang on.
God, there's a lot of archivers tonight too.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right.
You know what? It's worth it. I archive. That's the thing too, folks. If you find something, if you can only screenshot it, you can only screenshot it. There are certain things like specific type of comments and stuff that you can only screenshot, video comments and stuff. It's harder to get that stuff archived. You can only go so far down a YouTube page, for example. But if you can archive it, there is no way to argue yourself out of that. You can't be like, no,
Right.
that wasn't real, because it will archive, it'll hold on to it and screenshot it too, just to make sure.
Definitely learn how to do archive.is.
Yeah.
It's very easy. You just
Or
copy the
FO.
link. Or FO, and you post it in there and it will save it. And
It'll put a stamp across it. It will tell you when it was from. All right, there's the main. Let's see.
oh my God.
This
I
is
can't believe it.
Oh my God, this woman gonna get herself.
Jeremy's going to be
sued.
very thrilled.
Yes, Jeremy's gonna love today. Oh shit, this is amazing.
I mean, once you archive it, we could share it.
Yeah. Let me get everything. I know. Like
Just
I
make
said.
sure the archive is working.
Yeah. Well, I've got the main, but I want each part of it. I want
Yep. Okay.
every-
I'm going to
I
keep
want
reading while you do that.
Yeah,
All right.
because I want
So,
every part of it. I don't want the.
I agree. Get
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, because there
All
may be
right.
something in there we don't know is valuable.
So apparently her mother sent this message and said that she was making corn videos and was worried about the children. Approximately 6 months later, on October 24, 2023, defendant Kayla took measures to file a false report against the plaintiff with DCF, which was closed immediately upon finding no merit to the purported false allegation. And it is true, by the way, that if you reported to DCF that some mother was doing corn, that's not illegal. That they're not going to stop them from doing that.
Okay.
I don't know if it was true or not. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna have to do something real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop out for a second because with
Yeah.
this, it's got that little piece at the where everything tabs over, and
Do
it
what
won't
you gotta
save every
do.
tab. All right, I will be right back though. I'm just
Okay.
gonna record it. Okay.
All right, do it.
Mhm.
False statements include, but not limited to, plaintiff is a disbarred attorney. Plaintiff is mentally ill and refusing to take her medication. Plaintiff abuses her minor children. Plaintiff is an alcoholic. Plaintiff abuses prescription medications. After the plaintiff took measures to protect her family and block contact with the defendants, all of these people, they continue to engage in a series of written harassment directed at the plaintiff for the purpose of causing her harm, humiliation. What did we learn from Judge Blytho about humiliation? Everybody remember? Class, what did we learn about being humiliated? What was it again? Oh, right. You don't have a right to not be humiliated. Humiliation is not a cause of action. Discrimination, in addition to threatening to file false reports against the plaintiff, claiming the plaintiff was planning to kill defendant EF. This resulted in the New York court granting an order of protection to protect the plaintiff and her minor children. On November 8th, defendant EF and DF falsely stated to the plaintiff's husband that the plaintiff filed this false report against herself as a part of a divorce tactic to divorce the plaintiff's husband. That's interesting, because she did eventually file for divorce, so that could have possibly been a theory, maybe twice. Defendant EF proceeds to leave a voicemail on the plaintiff's husband's phone, stating the plaintiff had a master plan to estrange her husband from his family, among other false statements. Well, I mean, if you are a family and if let's say your son marries this woman and suddenly he's telling you he can't talk to you anymore, it might be reasonable, or any of the family, to think that maybe she's behind that. I could see it from their point of view also. I can also see it from hers. There are lots of in-law problems. On November 19th, 2023, defendant NF emails the plaintiff and her husband accusing her of plotting to kill defendant EF and threatening to file a report with law enforcement. On November 25, defendant DF calls defendant Paul R, where he makes statements about the plaintiff and proceeds to state he is worried about plaintiff's husband's safety, intentionally to place doubt in the plaintiff's stability while being fully aware the plaintiff's husband chose to cease contact with defendant DF after filing of the false DCF report on October 24. However, defendant DF does not disclose this fact to defendant PR and continues to portray the plaintiff as unstable and threatening the safety of her husband. On December 2, after the plaintiff continued to request the defendants, all of those, not contact her, her husband, and her 3 minor children, defendant KF immediately calls her 8-year-old son's iPad and proceeds to threaten the plaintiff with screenshots of the message KB sent defendant DF. On December 4, defendant DF flew to Florida from New York and showed up at the plaintiff's marital home unannounced after the plaintiff and her husband had notified him various times to cease contact with the plaintiff, her husband, and her children, where defendant DF proceeds to put the plaintiff down and ask her questions about why she's estranged from her mother while showing her a screenshot of a message that defendant KB emailed to defendant. He further makes statements that he needed to make sure his brother had not been killed by the plaintiff. Well, I mean, if family gets on a plane and flies to your house because they're worried their brother might be harmed, I mean, that's clearly, they had a worry, whether it was legitimate or not. That's somebody who's very concerned. So something happened that made them concerned. Just saying. For his reason why he showed up at the plaintiff's marital home uninvited, having knowledge that the plaintiff's husband spoke to defendant EF on December 1, 2023, and EF became angry with plaintiff's husband and proceeds to hung up the phone call on him. The grammar is very difficult. I'm cleaning it up as I go. The plaintiff was forced to call the police to trespass DF from her property after repeated requests for him to leave. DF makes the following statement to the plaintiff as he vacates her marital home. I will call the police to do wellness checks daily to harass you. On December 12, the New York court, having reviewed the written communication directed at the plaintiff from defendants, granted a temporary order of protection against said defendants for the protection of the plaintiff and her 3 minor children, which remains in effect at the time of this filing. On December 13, the plaintiff emails defendant, her mother, a notice to cease all defamatory statements to third parties. I bet her letter was a lot like mine. On December 15th, the plaintiff and her husband send an email to defendant PR and his wife BR, stating they can no longer have a friendship because of years of disrespects these defendants directed at the plaintiff and contributing to the spreading of false statements about the plaintiff. The plaintiff proceeds to email these defendants a notice to cease spreading defamatory comments about the plaintiff, nor continuing to discuss the plaintiff with other defendants whom they had relationships with for the past years. Boy, this person really thinks she can stop other people from speaking. It's very strange. On December 16, through email tracking, the plaintiff discovers that defendant KB, her mother, and the defendant PR had been sharing emails regarding the plaintiff. You back?
Oh, yeah, I'm back. I got it done. I'm done.
Awesome.
You want to break that? That's
yeah, I kind of do.
Right. It is ready. You know, what I did is I went in and recorded because you cannot. I went in and recorded the site too, you know, on YouTube, just to make sure. That way, got both of them, the names,
Great.
everything. Man, oh, what a fuck up on them.
All right, this is it is a fuck up. Okay, and right now it's still live. So let's head over to.
You want me to pull it up, or you got it?
I got it. It's still
Actually,
live.
do you have the YouTube? Okay, I've got the YouTube part pulled up. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one. Okay, it has been revealed now that Leslie Frederigos is the author and creator of Hales and the Hodunk Hillbillies. Here we have talentville.com, her profile with the uploaded videos that she has made. And here they are. Hales and the Hodunk Hillbillies, based on a true story of a YouTube influencer who decided to take it too far when he filed lawsuits to create content. Here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one. Can you guys, let me make sure I'm getting in there close. So we did not know. Oh, and she has an alias. E.G. Alexander is her alias.
Yeah. So the channel that it's tied to on YouTube has put out some pretty nasty stuff, and everybody's wondered exactly who that was. Well, we started noticing, you know, there have been other people who've been looking at this too, that the creation dates of a lot of websites have been all in this one little clump. You know, we're talking about a few weeks apart. So, you know, there's been a lot of speculation, but there's been no way to truly tie any of this to one person until now.
Yeah. And that's interesting because this type of content appears to have been made strictly to harass Jeremy and George.
Yes. It's AI content. It is you know, it is AI content accusing them of all kinds of horrible shit. So, you know, that we were supposed to have somebody that's I'd also put up that channel put up an interview with his kid and all kinds of other things, you know. So this so-called neutral party that filed a lawsuit to go after him because just poor little me, I'm just out here covering stuff. I ain't doing anything. Oh my God, this is amazing.
Exactly. Yeah, she's making a sob story. I don't know why they're coming after me. I'm just neutral. Oh, this is neutral? Really? Hales and the Hodunk Hillbillies. This is neutral, Leslie? You liar. What a liar.
But I mean,
and this is a malicious lie.
Well, there's been this over and over again. There's been this channel, Bully Exterminator. So it's been pushed around through the ecosystem. And it's fascinating because now we have somebody we can tie that to. Huh.
And this is something called, what is this, feed posts? Where are these from?
I mean, those are videos, by the way. I made sure that they could play. I pulled enough to make sure that they're not just some random thing that's being shared. They're entire videos that are uploaded under that name.
And there are 6 of them. So now it is confirmed that she runs the Bully Exterminators YouTube page. And she has, it seems she's created and uploaded these. They're under her name.
Yeah. yeah, it's going to be hard not to say, unless you got somebody else you want to pin that on, because these popped up in the last 14 days, and that popped up in, it popped up in March. So,
I
you have,
mean,
man, what?
Oh, okay. So now, those of you in the chat, so apparently there are people in the chat who are responsible for finding this. I don't know if you want that known.
If you want that, hey, it's welcome. I don't want to steal your
You're
thunder.
in the chat, so if you want to take the credit, go right ahead
You
and
have
do
it,
it.
man. You deserve it. Take your bow if you want it.
Take your bow. I just don't want to put a target on anybody.
Yeah. I try to avoid putting
Okay,
targets on
Ellie says, I don't give a shit. It was Ellie.
All right. Well, that's a
All
great
right.
find.
Ellie, I did it. It was a great find, Ellie. That was an amazing find, and you guys never cease to amaze me. We've been talking about this. Tug and I have been like looking for this specifically for days.
Yep.
And
Well, there's a thread.
It was, yeah.
Well, somebody else, and again, I don't want to throw them out there just in case. Pulled up. They've gone to the point of when they create websites that are attached to this kind of stuff. They've gone to the point to hide who's put it together, but they don't hide all of their breadcrumbs. Let's just say there are things that you can look at, not just time, but other things as well, where you can be like, yeah, these look like they were created by the exact same person. Now you can go further. And you can find out more about that if need be. But again, we had no way to tie them to a person before that. Now we do.
Unbelievable. Great job, Ellie. You deserve a round of applause. Everybody, buy Ellie a drink in the chat right now. She deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, that's amazing. Because again, this whole, I've never done anything. Whoa, fuck all
I'm
that.
so neutral. I reached out to her as a neutral party. No, you didn't, you lying, malicious bitch. This was a plan from the beginning. This was that was when Paint Chips reached out to me. I had the same feeling. Like, this guy is just setting me up. If I respond to him, it's just going to be, more harassment.
They've been bragging about how they have all these plans. They have, here's our new plan. Well, that looks like a new plan, doesn't it? All this stuff again. You're able to tie multiple people into this insanity, and it just gives Jeremy Hales more ammunition to say, hey, these people are all connected.
Oh yeah, and this is third-party contact, by the way. Again, with it, these people are all going to be in trouble in Ohio court, because I guess what Leslie doesn't know, because she refused to look up the information for herself, is that Jeremy Hales has a protective order against Lynette and John. And that includes any third party who tries to contact or harass him on their behalf. That is exactly what you are doing. So.
That's amazing, though. I mean, this is big shit, though, because again.
Yeah, this is big.
Oh, my God. I'm making sure. Excuse me. I'm making sure everything is saved and in place.
Yeah, we have it all.
I don't want to lose anything.
She'll pull it down. She'll pull it down.
I've saved
it won't matter because we already have it.
She's already scaling back some of the website, I believe. But it doesn't matter. I've had 2 days to archive pretty much everything. Oh, yeah. The website's starting to scale back.
Yeah, she's pulling stuff down left and right. She said something on the Fleece the other day that normally when things get fiery for her, she runs. She's going to run now too. You better believe it. She's going to drop that lawsuit and she's going to run. And that's probably the best move she could make. You want to stay in and fight this, Leslie? Go ahead. But it's probably time to do what you always do. Because you got caught. You're caught now.
She's pulled down the website part about Jeremy Hales. It's all gone.
It's all gone?
Yeah. It's gone now. Sorry, Leslie. I archived it.
Sorry,
all.
Leslie.
I did. I pulled up archive. You cannot take the archives down. They are there.
Take it down.
I knew I had to do it.
It's all archived, Leslie.
Yeah, you want to see
lips. Oh, Lips.
I mean, like these people, people used to complain, like they would be like, Tug, man, that guy's crazy about keeping he keeps folders, stuff. And I've ran into a lot of other people that do that too. And props to you, if you do that, that's good. It's good to, keep proof. That way, when people try to say that you've done something wrong or you're some kind of monster, no, you can be like, here it is. I'm not lying about anything. And yeah, she tried to pull it down, but it took her 2 days to get it all down there.
I see handcuffs. I see handcuffs in her future. This is going to be.
Just what the fuck up. Well, what's amazing?
You got caught, Lips.
See, here's the beautiful thing. Like, here, let me pull this up. This has been what I've been playing with for a few days now, right? Yes. So when you go in and you archive, we didn't just archive here. Let me pull that. We just archived one page, we went in and archived them all to make sure the whole website's there. Everything that you could pull up, we can see it. And then every link that comes up, every download that pops up, we got everything. We pulled it all. So you can pull it and you can try to make it vanish. But I mean, like the parts that really amazed me, and we talked about it a little bit. I'm surprised you didn't ghost this last night, to be honest. I figured that's what would happen. The background check, for example, there were 49 pages there. And again, these 49 pages, they include anyone that, how these agencies, like you can go online and pull up a background check or you can pay a place. Well, they pad the pages. They put in people that you're connected to, sure, which are private individuals, by the way, as well. They're afforded protections that a limited purpose public figure or a public figure aren't, but there are just randos in there too. So you threw out a lot of randos, and on top of it, it put in suggestions about, well, maybe there's these people who are criminals. Now, none of these people were connected to Jeremy Hales anyway, just a bunch of random fucking people. And many of them are, let's say, a certain type of offender. Connecting Jeremy Hales' name to that was fucking stupid. If you wanted to pull up a background check, you could put up a couple of pages off of that. You could have made sure that a few things are right. Even if it were speculatory, that would be one thing. Combining random people, private individuals too in that. I hope those fucking people sue you. I mean, I'm telling you, I've thought about contacting every one of them and being like, hey, you know this person right here. They put up something about you, and they made this inference that you are connected to this certain type of offender. You could sue them, and if people are connected to Jeremy Hales too, they might also feel like suing
the craziest part is she entered into court against Jeremy Hales. Oh my God, Leslie. You filed all this lawsuit. You made it easy for him. He doesn't have to do anything. I mean, other than you're already in. You're in.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
And then you did all this stuff? Oh my God.
Why would you? Why?
Why would you do this?
Yes. Why did you? Why? What benefit? What possible benefit is there in this stuff?
You that this was going to be good for your career, your reputation. Like who? I would really like to know, Leslie, who convinced you about that this would be good for you. And frankly, here's what I'm going to tell you right now. If you happen to be listening, and this is I'm not making any jokes now. I'm being very serious. You have a chance, probably. I don't know. I can't speak for Jeremy, but I'll say this. If you've got private conversations between you and Paint Chips, you and any of the other people in the Fed 2 lawsuit, of them convincing you to get into this, you may have something you can trade with, is all I'm saying. You may have information that would be more valuable to Jeremy Hales than your ass on a platter. I don't know, and I can't say for sure because I'm not him. You'll have to talk to his lawyer about that.
Now, What amazes me though, Leslie, all right, you sued people for saying you were a Muppet or look like a Muppet. All right. You sue people over calling you an idiot, but your name is again, this isn't just some conjecture. People, you could take this and connect you in court. Make this. Yes, you put this stuff up there. Also, look at these sites. Look at when this stuff was created. Look when all the updates and well, again, I'm not going to ruin the other things that tie these sites all together, but there are a lot of things that, again, you could find out a lot more about it. And we haven't even got started looking at this stuff yet. I mean, just to be honest, there are a lot more breadcrumbs there. Be able to find out a lot more information on this. Like this is, I mean, this has been a gift. This is amazing. I am very excited. Like I am entertained. I am very entertained.
Are you not entertained?
Oh my God, I'm such a good mood today.
I
Oh
just
my
can't believe how
Lord.
this stuff continues to unfold. You know what I mean?
It's just insane. Like again, they can go out and they can claim, oh, no issue, nothing here, nothing there, nothing to see, folks. Yeah, it's going to be real hard not to have it. Again, your fucking lawsuit, that trash lawsuit anyway. Oh, Lord.
Well, I bet she's sorry she filed that now.
Yeah.
I
Nobody
don't
was
think
even
she
paying
knows
attention
what kind
to
of
you.
trouble. I don't think she knows what kind of trouble she's in.
I would have
Like-
never looked. I do. I think she is because I mean, they're ghosting their websites and everything. They know there's a problem. I think they have a real good idea that they're a problem because, again, the revenge prawn stuff was a real problem. You just had a law signed into effect. It was a huge deal. It was just
Yeah,
signed
you
in.
better believe the feds are going to want to make an example out of somebody. Oh, by the way, speaking of that, let me pull up, actually, I did something on ChatGPT today. I wanted ChatGPT to analyze the new law and the New York law about that revenge prawn because some people have, including, Lickman himself, and some people even in Nick's chat were like, oh, it's satire, it's satire. Not so much. So I told it exactly what was in it. I said it's clear that it's not the two people, except you can tell who they are, but it's clear that it's a fake video. I told it that. However, it says, based on the scenario you've described, where Dick Lickman, a convicted felon, creates and disseminates a digitally altered video depicting a journalist performing a sex act on a YouTube creator with both individuals being identifiable, this situation appears to fall under New York state laws addressing unlawful dissemination of intimate images, including those created through digitization, commonly referred to as deepfakes. Now, this is New York law. It is a criminal offense to intentionally disseminate or publish a still or video image. Now, pay attention, lips, because you disseminated it. That depicts a person with one or more, and this doesn't apply because this is about intimate parts, but you can go on to the and, allows the person to be reasonably identified from the image itself or from any information displayed in connection with that image. You mean like an article that names me? It is disseminated without depicted person's consent, and it's shared with the intent to cause harm to the emotional, financial, or physical welfare of the depicted person. So this first one, it either has intimate parts exposed or, see the or here, engaging in sexual conduct with another person, including images created or altered by digitization. So that's what the law says. But then I asked ChatGPT to analyze it based on the law. Given these factors, the actions described, because it says it's digitally altered, the video is a deepfake created through digitization depicting a sexual act. Both the journalist and the YouTube creator are identifiable in the video. Lack of consent. The individuals did not consent to the creation or dissemination of the video. And the intent to harm, if it can be established that the video was disseminated with the intent to cause harm to the emotional, financial, or physical welfare of the depicted individuals, this would satisfy the intent requirement of the statute. Now, I don't know what other intent you would have to make that. We all know that Dick Lickman is a hired harasser. so it was intended to harass. Given these factors, the actions described would likely constitute a violation of New York Penal Law 245.15 and could also fall under the provisions of aggravated harassment as defined in Senate Bill S6829A. Potential legal consequences. Class A misdemeanors in New York punishable by up to a year in jail or fines. And also, the depicted individuals may have the right to pursue civil remedies, including financial compensation. Now get this. Here's the federal legislation that just passed yesterday. The Take It Down Act was signed into federal law, criminalizing the distribution of sexually explicit images without consent. Now, I read the law and I thought maybe my situation didn't line up with the federal law, because in the federal law, it said something about, I don't remember what it said exactly. It said something about realistic images or something. And so I thought, well, it's not very realistic. It's my head, on like badly photoshopped, right? So you can tell that it's not me, but it's me, right? However, it didn't matter. I told it that, and it said, based on the information provided, the creation and dissemination of the described deepfake video would likely meet the statutory requirements for criminal prosecution. So where's the federal one? Hold on. It says here. This is my favorite part. I said, well, what about satire? Because Dick Lickman says it's satirical. And ChatGPT said, where did it say it? The statute does not include a parody or satire exception when the image is sexually explicit, real or digital. The person is identifiable. Consent was not given, and there is intent to cause harm. A deepfake showing someone engaged in this act without their consent can be prosecuted under the statute even if the creator claims it's satire, because the harm arises from the sexual nature and identifiability, not just the message. The law explicitly covers images created or altered by digitization. It also says, it quotes Volmet's favorite case. While satire
That's
and parody
amazing, by the way. It brings that up.
Yep, are protected under the First Amendment, there are clear limits. If the statement implies a false assertion of fact, it loses protection. And what is the false assertion of fact, class? The false assertion of fact is that I am somehow trading sexual favors for media coverage.
Yep.
That's and there was an article that went with it that said that.
Yes. And on top of that, honestly, they put in a section. It's not just the part of the video where there's the revenge porn portion. There is, again, this portion that makes false assertions about you, period, about all kinds of court stuff, again, that interestingly Leslie would have had a problem with, because when her family said something like that, she knew it was a problem. But with you, it's okay, because these are her pals. These are the pals that she talked about. I just got into it because of this, that, or the other. Okay. All right.
In Hustler magazine versus Falwell, SCOTUS upheld parody protections only when no reasonable person would think the statements were factual. That protection does not apply when the audience could reasonably believe that the false claim is true, particularly if no disclaimer or context is given. They did not say it was satire. He did not say that he didn't believe that I was trading sexual favors for media, for some kind of YouTube growth. He wrote an article saying that I was trading sexual favors for growing my YouTube channel.
He was writing emails like that as well. He was saying that too, through email and everything else. So
in this case, if the video implies that the journalist and the YouTuber are in an affair and trading sex for coverage, a reasonable viewer might interpret that as a factual allegation, not just absurd satire. That strengthens both a defamation claim and criminal claims. Important nuance: even if Lickman's intent was to criticize or mock, if he used a fake sexual video to do so, especially with deepfake tools, the law considers the harm and lack of consent, not just artistic intent. In summary, no, calling it satire parody doesn't make a strong legal defense against criminal or civil liability in this context. The video likely violates New York's revenge porn deepfake laws, and it could also support civil defamation lawsuit.
What idiots, man.
And then I told it about the article. Get this. And it said the article, I sent it to him. The article on Dick Lickman's Substack accuses journalist Megan Fox and YouTuber Jeremy Hales of engaging in a sexual relationship in exchange for favorable media coverage. It makes multiple unverified claims and presents the allegations as factual rather than satire or parody. This likely reinforces both defamation and criminal deepfake liability under New York law. It may be used as evidence of malicious intent in disseminating the deepfake video. Oh my God.
I would also like to note that in the emails where that was claimed, again, that was thrown in there because Bruce had sent me an article, like from me. So I wrote him back telling him about all of those charges. I didn't want it again to be deniable. He wrote back. He made sure when he wrote back that he tagged them, and I wrote him just by himself. I was like, yo, you know what you're dealing with here, because you know it'd be denials later on. He makes sure that they are part of the conversation yet again, and those claims. Oh man, I mean, they know, and man, part of the ecosystem have been sharing those videos. Holy shit, dude! You talk about epically screwing up.
Oh, and look at this. There's more. I forgot about this part. So here's this is the federal law. So the federal law, it says, yes, it would run up against the federal law as well. And because of the accompanying article, the lack of consent, the intent to harm. But check this out. First Amendment defense. While claims of satire or parody are protected under the First Amendment, such defenses are unlikely to succeed in this context, as the content involves non-consensual, sexually explicit depictions of real individuals, which are specifically targeted by the new law. And get this, look at this, platform liability. This is what YouTube needs to hear, Tug. So the next time you talk to them, this is what they need to hear. Social media platforms hosting the content are required under the law to remove it within 48 hours of a valid request from the victim. Failure to do so could result in enforcement actions by the Federal Trade Commission. 48 hours they have.
Well, make sure that you have archived the conversation and the reports that you have. I mean, I'm sure that you have. I'm sure you have those, because they definitely, that happened. You know, you made complaints, and you know what's crazy is they are hard to get to act on anything, honestly, and it's nuts. Like some of the stuff that they say that they do something about, they are very slow to act on things.
Yep. And you know, satire and parody, by the way, I'm a very big believer in it. I love satire and parody. You know what is great satire and parody? This is hilarious satire and parody right here. Hilarious. It is not vulgar. It is not disgusting. It is not intended to harass anyone. It's just for a laugh. It's satirical. It's funny. It takes it exaggerates something about someone that's funny and protected. It does not humiliate. And if it did, humiliation, by the way, is also not protected. You can't be protected from humiliation. But the point is, this was funny. You know, it's not funny. Creating fake porn of someone is not funny. It's never funny. Like there's no way I can think of that making it funny. Satire and parody is only good when it's funny. And there was nothing funny about that video, and you could tell watching Leslie's own reaction to it.
Yeah.
Satire and parody, very important in the United States, and I'm very much for it. Very much for it. But there is definitely a line. That line is where the law says you can't go. And these people went there.
God,
so
she ghosted her website tonight, though.
Is the whole thing down now?
No, it's that whole section, you know, the slash covering Hales, that all is gone. That disappeared, that part. Well, I mean, again, I went in and it gave me 2 days. I mean, I only needed a few hours, but they gave me 2 days. So I went in and I made all the screenshots. I mean, of course.
Good Lord.
Well, it very well irritated me. It wasn't just like the website stuff. There was some ridiculous stuff in there that I was like, man, when Hales gets a hold of that, he's probably going to utilize that in lawsuit. But what really ticked me off is the lawsuit when she decided that she was going to go in and she was going to sue people like Just Jay, or I'm sorry, Ray Hip, because what is Ray Hip done? Honestly, these people they made fun of him and everything. Instead of him reacting in some crazy negative way, he just had some fun with it. But they all got butthurt. These people get so butthurt that they look at what they create. Look at the level that they are willing to go to.
It's insane. I think there's a big difference between good-natured ribbing and satire and parody and whatever the hell it is they were doing. Like whatever the hell that is, that's just criminal. Like, stop it.
Here would have been the question. If somebody would have created that about a Preston or one of them, how would they have reacted? Well, they would have gone to the police right away. They would have absolutely had a shit fit about it. And because they would have known it was a problem. It would have been no question whatsoever.
Nope. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I'm so excited though.
I know. Boy, did we find out a lot tonight. So we got a little distracted because we found this breaking news. And so we're going to obviously not finish the, we're not going to finish the filing. We'll finish it a different day. But wow. So tonight we've discovered that Leslie once sued her own family for distributing false pictures of her and doing, what she says are false sexual activity. But it's okay for her to share. She thinks it's okay for her to share false images of other people in sex acts for harassment purposes. That's interesting. We also learned that she is the author and creator of the Ho Dunk Hillbilly series.
Yep, which included item again. You talk about all these people being recruited, being able to tie these people back to Cook and Preston. The third party that we're talking about lawyers. Like how many, even retired / there are disbarred. I'm not saying one specifically. I'm just saying there is disbarred in there as well, and more. These people should still know better, and they do know better. God,
yeah, they choose to do the wrong thing anyway.
Well, some of these folks that have been involved, these parties, yes, they may create chaos, but you know what else they've done? They have absolutely train wrecked other cases that people have been involved in, and it's hurt the person that had connection to them.
Yeah, I mean, look, here's something I didn't get to tonight that I wanted to tell you is that, that lawsuit that Leslie filed against all those defendants, there was one that had like a ton of, not just the family, it wasn't her family, it was a bunch of different defendants. There's a recent case and she filed against like 6 people. It turns out, I did some digging on that. They were her clients and also a lawyer of one of her, I actually am not sure who he, but anyway, it was clients and a lawyer she sued. All of these people had filed bar complaints, or almost all of them had filed bar complaints against her. And in order to stop those bar complaints from being heard, she filed lawsuits against every single person who filed one. And that hung it up. It was actually smart, kind of a, diabolically smart thing to do, because the bar cannot take action against you if there's open litigation about the same thing. So she did it to, drag it out. And that, of course, went nowhere. It was dismissed or whatever, closed or whatever. But then she decided eventually to give up her bar card. But she sued every single person who filed a complaint. And those people, by the way, were former clients who said she harmed their case. She harmed their cases so severely that they suffered bad consequences. And Mickey Volmit, the guy who brought her into this, I have a witness that I interviewed, and I haven't played it, and I probably am not going to, because this woman has suffered enough, and I do not want to put a target on her back for him to harass anymore. But he destroyed her chances of getting custody of her kids. He caused a mistrial in her custody case, and she has never recovered. There are these people have harmed, like you said, harmed people who came to them looking for help. In Volmit's case, these were people in family court who were being mistreated, and they came to him as a journalist thinking that he would help them. And in at least one case, he trashed her entire case. He caused a mistrial, caused her to lose custody of her kids. And then he knocked up another source. So
wild, man.
And then Leslie here gets sued by all of a bunch of her ex-clients who she didn't show up in court for, and destroyed their cases. And God, can you imagine before Lichtman lost his license what his clients said about him? I wonder how many bar complaints he had.
Who are these people? I'm wondering so this thing was created March 9th, and there are 35 shares. I wonder where they go.
What are you talking about?
This, her.
Oh, the shares.
Yeah, I wonder who shared this thing right here. Talentville. I wonder who shared it.
I don't know if you can see it. It doesn't look like you can click on that.
No, but I'm wondering, if I search platforms for Talentville, I wonder if what does the post look like? Let's see. Okay, so it says Talentville. I wonder. I'm going to see if I can find it. Again, I'm distracted. I apologize, folks. I've found something that I'm really I'm very interested in now, and I'm wondering exactly where this stuff goes. Yeah, so it has her name.
Check the private chat in a second. I gotta send you a message. All right. I'm going to hit the super tips and super chats. Do you want to stick around?
Yeah, I'll stick for a few minutes. I'm playing here, so.
All right, cool. We will play a bunch of, we'll play the rest of the super tips and then hit the super chats. And then we're going to call it an evening. It's been really wild. It's been incredible. Georgie's Life Unfiltered. Thanks for the 5.
Mama Fox, you are such an amazing person. I have so much respect for you.
Muppetgate 2025.
Muppetgate 2025.
I love it. Thank you so much. And Starcasm, thanks for the $25.
Lip stands up for fleas with a press release, and then the Fleas made a community post on behalf of Lips.
What in the flocking Muppet parade is happening here?
I hope no one finds my OnlyFans that pays for my injections. Oh, good Lord, help me.
Is this legal argument part of the Little Tykes Lawyer Playhouse BC? It can't be real, right? Dumb arse.
For Fuchs Sake, it's Muppets. Don't insult the Muppets.
For Fuchs Sake. Oh my God. Oh, I don't know why it's cutting off the little avatars. Let me try and move it on my OBS so I can, let's see. Super tips. There it is. Let's move it. Where do I need to move it? Over a little bit this way. Let's see if that works now. Okay. Look at me learning how to use OBS. Gwen the Ferret, thanks for the 5.
Wait, she was a single mom before marrying Dorito?
Has she been married more times than me?
I don't know. Cynic in Chief, thanks for the 925.
It's time to play the intro.
It's time to talk and chat.
It's time to laugh at stupid on the mug show tonight.
And Navy Vet for the broken. Thanks for the 5. Well, Lips, it looks like the evidence is in. You have now dug your own grave. Get ready. Oh, I just, what an exciting thing. Becky Fearwreck, thanks for the 5.
This Lips person is another one to steal my thunder. I don't like it.
Rosalind Duke, thanks for the 9.
Gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha, bitch.
Oh my God. I need that so bad. I need Dave Chappelle so bad right now, and I don't have a Dave Chappelle gotcha bitch on my stream deck.
That's
Brad,
hilarious.
Brad, if you're out there, Brad, please get me a gotcha bitch soundbite for my stream deck. I have to play that one again. That was too good.
Gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha, bitch.
You want to hear something funny? The thing that got her
Yes.
busted on this is she wants to create her own 1 hour drama, crime drama. I guess kind of about her. Here's the synopsis. When single mother Kate Kingsley loses custody of her daughter through a failed legal system, she transforms her rage into purpose, becoming one of the state's most feared lawyers.
Oh, God.
It's like, yeah, so I mean it's a vanity project. And the vanity project existing is why that all those videos are up here and we can find them.
But like, here's my question. Why did she add those? She had to have added those to that thing so that people could see her making videos. Why would you want to take credit for that? For those terrible, stupid videos?
Well, and the funny thing too is that this account has actually answered people. And it's when she's talking about her enemies of justice, the show that she wants to do. And it's answered people. Oh yeah, great to connect with you on here. Each episode are based on my most memorable cases. I mean, this is again, it's more stuff to hammer down. When she's like, that ain't me, can't prove it's me. Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff that proves it's you.
Oh my God. All right, so I see a bunch of you in the chat are saying, I wish I knew how to use super tips. So I'm going to show you how because it's really easy. So here's what you're going to do. It's really easy and fun. Super tips are so funny. So you're going to go to the top of the chat at the pin. There's a pin chat. It is supertip.gg/Megan Fox. When you get there, it looks like this. You can either choose to send a voice tip or a text tip. You can click on voice tip if you want to use the voices. And here are all the voices.
Your Honor, what are the grounds that you overruled my building of a no girls allowed box fort?
That's Darrell Brooks. You got my dad. We got Florida Woman. We got Judge Bev.
If I would do my job and stay neutral, maybe this case would have been done right the first time.
You've got me. You've got Nick Ricada. I'm working on getting Tug in here too. We've got Pregnancy Faker. So if you want to send a text, or all you have to do is write something here. Let's see. I think you click on this arrow and you choose a voice. So let's choose Nick, and we'll say, I am not a Muppet. Damn it. Okay. And then we hit the plus button. And then right here is where you put in your, it's $5 a super tip, I think. And you can add up to 5 at a time. And then you just go to checkout and it will take your payment and you're done. And it sends to me. And it's really fun. You will like it. And if you wanted to just send a text tip, you could, just like a super chat, you do that here. And it's just like super chats. So, and you can change just like on YouTube, you can change how much. See? So check it out. Try it because it's a lot of fun. I know I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying what you guys are sending. And you guys make me laugh so hard. Oh my gosh. Here's another.
I have to say.
Here's another one. Cynic in Chief. Thanks for the 5.
BBB is a terrible lawyer.
Leslie says to hold her beer.
Oh my God. All right. We are through the super tips as of now. If you guys send more, I will play more. And we are going to go to the super chats. We just left off with Muppet Parade. Is it trending yet? Becky Jones, thanks for the 10. Says, breadstick money, love your outfit, Muppet Megan. Thank you. Pokey Mom, thanks. That's actually my sweater. I turned an actual picture of myself into a Muppet. Pokey Mom, thanks for the 2. I'm a clown Muppet. I love your Muppet. I think it's great. Lori Netzel gifted 5 Megan Fox memberships. Welcome to the Fox Den. It's so Muppety in here. Everybody, we're just felting all over the place. We're all full of felt. We love it. Navy Vet for the Broken gifted 5 more memberships. Welcome to the Fox Den. I should call it the Muppet Den at this point. We're all Muppets in here. I have my favorites. Tammy's Cuz, thanks for the 2. First X on ChatGPT is gaslight me making my Muppet. First time on ChatGPT. I love your Muppet. I think it looks great. Rhea Norman, thanks for the 5. What do you get when you have 2 green balls in your hand? Kermit's undivided attention. Oh, the Muppet jokes are so good. Thank you, Rhea. Christopher Brown, thanks for the 2. I make my own incense. Oh, that's cool. Navy Vet for the Broken gifted 5 Megan Fox memberships. Welcome to the Muppet Fox Den. It's weird here, but there's a lot of fuzzy, furry people, and we're all funny. Maureen Pryor, thanks for being a member for 5 months. Travis Willis wants to be a Muppet too. Well, I'm going to have to, when ChatGPT lets me back in, maybe I'll have to make him one. Bonnie Heron, thanks for the 5. What are we, Muppet Palooza, Muppet Nation, Muppet Mafia? I'm so confused. Bonnie, here's the great thing. We can be all 3. Nobody tells me what to do. Mama Cat, thanks for the 10. Lynette wants to know, how do Muppets make money? A Fonzie scheme. Waka, waka, waka. Oh my gosh. Palmer's Archer Homestead member for 7 months. I have been threatened on the Otter Creek page. I have arrived and am in good company. Hail to the Fox Mother and Mr. Tuggerston. We're not worthy. Oh my gosh. Yep, that's me. I love your avatar. That Muppet is so cute with your little top knot and your reading glasses. Here's my Muppet dues. Thanks for the 2. Sean Poe has another great Muppet avatar. Oh my God, I'm keeping these forever. We are now a Muppet Show. I don't know if you knew this, Tug, but we're now the Muppet Show.
I've kind of gotten that hint lately.
I am now part of the Muppet Mafia. Woot woot, love mug world. Oh, it's so much fun in here, isn't it? It's super fun. You just have to have a sense of humor. Mavia, thanks for the 5. Wait, his actual surname is Volpe? I thought that was some gay pseudonym. Bill Will, thanks for the $2 super sticker. I appreciate you. Squidgy Whales in the UK. Look at that cute Muppet. Oh my God. Thanks for the £2. Okay. I've joined the club. Fraggle Rock Club. Debbie Baker, I really believe she didn't want your help, Megan. She didn't like you from the beginning. Of course not. It was all a ploy. The Fleas made a mistake by letting that slip out of their mouth. It was Dick and Mick who wanted that. Yeah, I knew that. I'm no dummy. John Stuber, thanks for the 10. I got a Muppet pic of me, so I defamed myself. So I guess I will send myself a cease and desist letter. Damn it, myself. Just sued myself. Skipper of Veteran Nation, thanks for the 2. I loved my crying Muppet. I know I loved your Muppet. I had fun making it. Chisel, thanks for the 2. Tugs, Thugs, and Megan's Muppet Mafia. I know, it's so much fun. Mama Shawood, thanks for the 5. I love your Muppet. Look at her. She's holding a fan, 2 fans. I got my Muppet. I have a fan for those flashes. It's a Muppet with hot flashes. I love it. Used to be younger. I love your screen name. Thanks to the 2. Did you hear of the new law? Take it down. I did, and we just talked about it.
Yeah, that's what we were. Oh yeah.
Just talked about it, and they're in trouble. They really are. I mean, I can't tell you what's going to happen, but I don't think Jeremy Hales is going to let it go anytime soon. I'll tell you that. Court and Witt, thanks for the 10. Keep fighting the good fight. Good grief. Herds of losers out there. Herds of losers is a great way to describe them.
Indeed.
Allie S., thanks for the £2. I've emailed you a Tug Life Muppet avatar. Oh boy, hold on. Tug Life, hold on. I'm looking. Tug Life, where is it? Here it is. Tug, this one is even weirder than the last 2.
Oh my God, now I have to see this.
Oh my God, it just cannot get the mask right, but it's so funny.
It's so bizarre. It's funny though.
Sticky outy ears.
Yeah,
Look
none
how
of them know what to do with the Muppet and the mask at the same time,
And I know, and look at how the eyes, you can see the eyes, but they're still painted the right colors. That's funny. Oh my gosh, is that funny? Mavia, thanks for the 5. I get we're goofing on lips, but it feels weird to pin this bozo's bad juju on her. She was a lawyer, not a doctor. Well, wait, you mean Janice? You mean the original Muppet? I don't think her name was Lips, though. This is a new Muppet. We've created a new Muppet. It just
Indeed.
looks kind of like Janice, you know? All right, let's see. Where were the rest of them? Where did I go? Suzanne 77 IB Callie, I love your Muppet. Member for 6 months, dropping in to show my new passport ID. Thanks to Georgie. I love it. Ted Wendell, oh, look at his Muppet. It's like from the 50s. I love it. I'm in the Muppet Army too. I love the black and white. Oh my gosh. Thanks for the 2, Ted. I love your avatar. Maybe not. Member for 3 months. Did you call a meeting of the Muppet Mafia? I did. Maybe not. Mama Bear Lee, thanks to the Canadian 5. Hey, they didn't give her Miss Piggy. At least Janet in the Muppet world is the hottish hippie chick. Yeah, true. She is. Janice is so cute. P.S. Megan, look how cool my Muppet hair is. You got even better Muppet hair than me. Look at those curls. Those curls are popping. Vice baby member for a month. Fox Mother turned me into a Muppet, and I don't appreciate it. I'm going to build an army and sue her. Oh, have you seen Vice babies? Look at, here it is. PSA needs to be in Muppet voice.
It's perfect, actually.
It's so good. It literally looks like Korean Jeff. Korean Jeff. That's what I like so much about it. Skipper, Veteran Nation, thanks for the 2. John Cook was in Georgie's chat causing problems. I saw that. I heard that. Mama Bear Lee, thanks. Oh, and I like how they put him on the no-fly list. They call their ban list the no-fly list, which is funny. You can't get on this airline today, sir. You're on the no-fly list. Mama Bear Lee, thanks for the Canadian 5. Literally took me 5 different sites to make mine. Free and easy on your Insta account to make yourself a Muppet. Yes, I'm old. I didn't know you can make it on Instagram. Look at the things that this chat knows. Janice Wingfield, thanks for the 20. Like Don Henley's lyric, I'm an expert witness because I say I am. I will testify for you. I'm a gun for hire. I'm a saint. There's no truth, just data to be manipulated. I can get you any result you like. That's a great song, by the way. I do love that song. Lily Corn, thanks for the 2. I'm a Muppet too. Can I join your fam? LOL. Yes, you're in the Muppet Mafia. Welcome. Once you're in, though, you can never get out. Just Jay Hip, thanks for the 5. I think I started a thing here. Oops, this is all your fault, Jay. Where's your Muppet avatar, by the way? How come you're not... I saw you had your Muppet avatar on your show. You didn't change your YouTube avatar and follow the crowd like everyone else. Double Karma, thanks for the 5 pounds. Told you also. Sorry, Megan and Tug. I so knew it. I knew it. She means the Hodunk Hillbillies. Mr. Coop, fantastic Muppet, Mr. Coop. Thanks for the 5. Megan, please stop. I've spit my chew out twice laughing so hard. You and Sir Tug rock on, guys. I love your Muppet. It's absolutely fabulous. Janice Wingfield, thanks for the 10. The previous SC was supposed to be when you were talking about Muppet's lips getting the conservation reversed. No, not conservation. What do you call it? The guardianship reversed on the brain-addled guy from alcohol abuse who threatened a judge and attorney. Oh, yeah. Right. Wishful She-Devil, member for 9 months. They're here to join the Muppet Show. Look at the horns on this Muppet avatar. It's killing me. Only the real Muppets are funnier, nicer, and nowhere near as crazy as those losers are. LOL. Doubting Tom, thanks for the 5. Have you read her overview plot over on File Freeway where her documentary used to be? Yes.
Oh, yes.
You know what? We're going to let Tug go over that on a different, maybe tomorrow. I don't know what you have planned, but
well, we'll have some more fun with stuff. God, we had a lot planned tonight too, but then we had this bomb go off. So
things happen.
Hey, man, I'm kind of glad that happened. It answers a question that we had ideas about, but it answered it. We don't have to speculate.
That's right. Georgie's Life Unfiltered. Thanks for the 5. Oh my God, Georgie, look at your Muppet. It's fantastic. I love that you're blue. Many love and blessings to you from the Temu crew. By the way, Coop and Georgie are good at leaning into the joke because they were insulted by the fleas. The fleas called them the Temu version of me and you, Tug.
Yeah, I remember them doing that.
They've been called they called them the low IQ Temu version us.
Well, what was funny is what they did? They did exactly what we said they should do. They leaned into it and they laughed about it, and they made these people look like fools.
And I think they made merch out of it. I think they're they're the Temu crew now. Like all their chat is the Temu crew. Like I
like it.
Like the Vice Squad.
Smart.
I love it. Very smart. Very smart. Very good. Lean in. Always lean in. Always double down. Karen Christian, thanks for the 5. Tuned in for a bit before hubby gets home from work. Arizona time sucks. I sent you a message on X, Megan. Curious what your thoughts are. Love you both. Okay, let me check. Interesting. I will check that out. Thank you for sending that. I appreciate that, and I'll let you know. I'll send you a message on X about that. But thanks for sending it. Just Jay Hip, thanks for the 5. I'm hiring Doritos as my attorney. No, Jay. You don't. No, you can't hire the lawyer who's on suing you with opposing counsel. Don't do that. Vice, baby, thanks for the 10. Elephants Drink Fund. Double Karma, thanks for the 10. Lots of cake for Elephant. Yeah, Ellie, you deserved it tonight for sure. I need a Kermit voice now. I'm going to have to get a Kermit voice for the super tips, because imagine how funny this would be in Kermit voice. Can you do Kermit voice? I can't do Kermit voice, really. I have certain skills that make me a nightmare for a Muppet like you. I will find you, and then Megan will mock you. Imagine, we have to get a Kermit voice. I will get on that. Rhea Norman, thanks for the 2. Bully Exterminators has the videos on YouTube. Yep, she sure does. Now we can say she, not they.
Yep.
Cunning Linguist, thanks for the 2. Square bullet points. Kiss jump scare with goat scream. Oh, you're right. Hold on. There we go. That was better. TJ Radis, thanks to the 2. Legally Leslie equals illegally let's lie. KB, thanks for the 5. When Leslie said she was ADA protected, LP said she was too. Oh no. They started a thing. Janice Wingfield, thanks to the 10. Hooker Lips Plastic Muppet just screwed herself in divorce court because she's clearly not mentally stable and shouldn't have her kids. Well, I guess they'll decide that, and whether they, in divorce court or not. I don't know. Like I said,
I don't know what's going on with that. She made some accusations in there, though. That's all.
She did, and also, again, like I said, I've seen no medical evidence to say that she's any of those things. So I don't know. She could just be saying it. Cynic in Chief, thanks for the 5. Which state is Lickman in? Florida. There might be an existing deepfake law in that state. There is. The prosecutor who put him away last time might want to do it again. He might. He's in New York. Lickman is currently still a resident of New York, even though he lives in Florida. Court and Wit, thanks for the 12. You two are wonderful. Love when you sink your teeth into a story or a legal clown. Well, this is why we don't give up, folks. This is why we don't throw in the towel when some people say, I'm bored. I want to move on with this. I'm tired of the Hales. This is why we don't.
That's what you got to do, man.
You never know what's coming around the next corner. We follow the story until the story ends, until it's done, until it's over. And this ain't over. The fat lady has not even begun to sing. There are a lot of fat ladies, but there are no singing fat ladies. I can tell you that. Patty Cerny, thanks for the 10. Lip has like 5 aliases. Yes, we have uncovered several of them. Angel Parent Perez, fantastic Muppet. Oh my God. I love the backlight with the sun. Oh, so good. Member for 8 months, but then have the audacity to call everyone else evil devils. They need to flock off. Oh, you're damn straight they do. Yes, they do.
All the best, all the best, all the best, all the very best, all the best, all the best, all the best, all the very
Flock
best.
off.
Megan Fox.
Lily Smith, thanks for the 5. Megan, you should sue. I'll donate. Seriously, you can't let people walk over you without fighting back. Super tips won't work. Says I have no clips. I wonder why. You could send an email to support, to their support line, and I'm sure that they would help you if there's something wrong. Maybe it's your browser. I don't know. About suing. Here's the thing. I generally like to sue government entities when when they violate civil rights. That's really the only lawsuits I get really hyped up for. When it comes to suits like this, defamation, that sort of thing, I tend to not want to do it because it will take up maybe the next 5 to 10 years of my life. And I have other things to do. I have other important things to do. I have college to pay for my children. I have, other things, life, and I don't want to be tied up in court. So unless I am forced into it, I just don't see the point. Now, if someone sues me, on the other hand, believe me, I will dig in and I will fight till I win. But I'm not a litigious person by nature, unless it's the government fucking with me. I'm not litigious because I know what legal battles cost as far as even if I raised all the money to pay for it, the energy, the time expended, the stress, the anxiety, I don't need it. So, and you all know me, you know what the truth is. And I have a platform that I can express that truth and I can show you the receipts. And so I don't feel like these people could harm me all that much, though they're trying. We'll see. I'm never going to say never, but I'm going to say I don't like to sue. I'll say that. I don't like it.
Yeah,
Angela
well,
Quinn-
I won't let
go
somebody
ahead, Todd.
bully me and walk on me, though, either. These people are not going to tell me what I can or cannot do. They're not going to fuck with me. They're not going to drive me away from something. So,
Right. Me either. They're not going to
Yeah.
do that. But I don't have to file a lawsuit in order to keep doing what I do.
Right.
And I don't need any extra distractions and problems. Angela Quinn, member for 3 months. I was late. I will have to be rewatch crew. It's awful they did that to you, Megan. This case gets more insane every day. Debbie Baker, thanks for the $10 super sticker. I appreciate you. Lily Smith, thanks for the 2. Show how to use super tips, something about clips. I did. I guess it didn't help you, and I'm sorry about that, but hopefully support could help. Janice Wingfield, thanks for the 2. Megan, chat is telling you to check your email. I think I already did. I think that was a while ago. Let me just check. Okay. Yeah, I think I got it all. Allie, Kermit Lips, thanks for the Aussie $2.99. I never took it as satire, disgusting revenge porn. Yeah, it wasn't satirical, and you could tell it was an accusation. That's what it was. It was an accusation and an intent to make people believe that that's what was happening between me and Jeremy Hales, and that I was trading favors to get favors. So
Indeed.
That's not satire. That's an accusation.
That's a bunch of
Rickles-
idiots thinking that they could get away with that, and it would never cause them a problem.
Right. But if it can cause them a problem, I think it will. Rickles64, thanks for the 2. Man, what a night for Muppet Dumb. I love your Muppet, Rickles. It's great. So great. Kat, thanks for the 5. Did you guys check out Dawn Hughes' testimony in the Diddy case? I did not. I am not paying attention to that case right now.
Yeah.
I am
I
overwhelmed
saw some
with
of it.
what I have.
That's the man hater, from the Depp case. Remember her expert witness?
Oh, she's in this case too?
Yes. So your tax dollars went to that.
Oh,
man.
shut up. That woman was terrible. She was no good.
She's an idiot. She sounds like an idiot too. And yeah.
Wow. Wow. She was
mind-blowing,
destroyed.
isn't it?
She was destroyed on Cross.
Yeah.
How could she even still be hired to be an expert?
Because the government.
I'm going to have to check that out. Stacey R, thanks for the 2. Muppet Club, I love your avatar. Oh my God, that saucy, spiky hair. I love it. It's perfect.
Hey, this site, by the way, you can download every video off of it. I didn't realize it had a little download link.
That's great.
Awesome. Yeah, so I can catalog everything. I can even catalog the videos out of it without having to record them.
It's too
All right, go
bad
ahead.
the
I'm sorry.
documentary isn't there. Wender Bender, thanks for the 2. I'm waiting for Legal Vices or Vice Baby. You mean the Muppets? I did both of them. They're on my X account. Double Karma, thanks for the £2. Sent you both an email, Megan and Tug. Okay, I'll make sure I check. Janice MB, member for 7 months. I cannot stop Muppetizing all of my photos. The dogs, my friends, my hubby and families. No one is safe. Love you all. I know. It's so much fun. Ellen Killon, look at the Muppet. This is so great. Thanks to the 2. I'm a Fox Muppet. Love my ears. Love you lots. I love it. It's perfect. Used to be younger. Thanks to the 2. Your Muppets of LL looks like a rejected Kiss member. Here's another one.
This will get awkward.
Patty Sewell, I'm loving this Muppet life. Thanks to the 2. What a cute avatar, by the way.
Hey, I gotta
Sandra,
bounce. I've got to bounce. By the
Okay.
way. I'll see you tomorrow.
all right. See you, Tug.
Yeah.
Sandra D, thanks for the 2. Breadstick Muppet. Oh my God, you do not have breadstick dreadlocks. That is the best thing I've ever seen. I love it. Starchasm FF, thanks for the 5. Just Ray Horse Hip needs help changing avatars. Oh yeah, he probably does need help because he's gonna boomer it. John Stuber, fabulous Muppet. Thanks to the 2. Here's my Muppet. I love it. Wishful She Devil, thanks for the 5 pounds. By the way, I'm keeping this avatar permanently. I look fabulous. LOL. You do look fabulous. I think I'm keeping this I'm just a Muppet now. This is my reality. And if I could find a way to make this into like a moving video, like a VTuber, I would do it in a second. And this would be me for the rest of eternity. I just want to be a Muppet now. Like, Becky Fearback, thanks for the 2. Here's my Muppet Mafia pick. This is fun. It is fun, isn't it? Don't we have fun here? We really do. Barbara, the illustrator, thanks for the Australian 5. Muppet Mafia. I never join groups, but this made me laugh too hard. Love you both, Megan and Tug. We love you too, Barbara. And I love your Muppet. Love the shades. Love the ball cap. And the dog. I didn't even see the dog peeking up in the corner there. It's perfect. Photo Lady 12, thanks for the 2. Muppet Mafia Forever. What a great Muppet. It's so good. I love the hair. ADHD 2 Dukes. Lady Badger, thanks for the 2. Johnny and I have your back. Oh my God. It's Johnny kissing her Muppet. That is hilarious. Johnny Depp and her Oh, I love it. Mistrust Loon, thanks for the 2. Late to the party, but Muppet Nation. I love your Muppet. I love all your Muppets. They're all so good. All right, we have some more super tips to get to. You guys, we're on a roll. Lori Netzel, thanks for the 10.
Hopefully I can figure this out again, LL.
Georgie's Life Unfiltered, thanks for the 5.
Thanks to botched Botox, my turtles died.
Oh no. Oh, thanks, Mike Morgan, for the 5.
They have fallen of the plant this time.
Thanks, DTG 1032 for the 5.
Hey, Lips. Suffabish.
Suffa. Hey, Lily Smith, thanks for the 5.
Trying it?
It
Trying
worked. It worked. Your mom 5977.
What's up with the 3 L's, Megan, Linate, Laura, and Leslie?
I don't know. The L's are giving us problems, Dad. What can I tell you? Laura Wilk, thanks for the 5.
How do you turn a picture into a Muppet?
Well, you go to ChatGPT. It's free. You upload a picture of yourself and you tell ChatGPT, turn this picture of me into a Muppet. And if you wanted to add things that you love, like, and, you know, have me gardening, make the Muppet garden, it will do that too. Or, you know, planting or standing by my Maserati or whatever it is. It will do it. It's really cool. And it's free. Skipper Trucking, thanks for the 5.
Oh, Megan, say goodnight to your friends. It's past your bedtime. You have school in the morning.
I love hearing from my dad. Lily Smith, thanks for the 5.
You should sue. I want to see Volmit back in jail.
He's never been to jail. Only Lickman's been to jail. Oh, well, actually, I'm not sure if Volmit's been to jail. I don't really know him all that well to know if he's been to jail or not. So I wouldn't know. All right, everybody. That's it for me. It's time to go. Who is streaming? Let me see. It's 11 o'clock. Who are we going to go to tonight? Where is Shizzy on? I bet if he's on, he's going to have a banger of a show tonight. Let's see. No? Is he still on vacation? Doesn't look like he's on. All right, hold on. Hold on. I'm looking. Doesn't look like MG is on. Okay, but you know what? Looks like Good Logic is on, and he is covering the Diddy trial. He is covering it live. He's been in the courtroom, and he is, I don't know if he's doing that coverage right now. It looks like he might be doing, looks like he might be doing political stuff. So, don't blame me if you don't like his political beliefs. But go tell MG Law is live. I don't see him. He's not coming up. Why is he not coming up? Hold on. I really hate this sometimes. MG. It's the What the Fuck Wednesday stream. I gotcha. Okay. Save. Go tell MG Law that we love him. And I was told to check my super chats again. Do we have ones come in at the last second here? Yes. John Alive, thanks to the 2. All the videos have been deleted on new site. Which new site? You mean the one we were looking at tonight? Let me see. Let me refresh. No, that one's still there. Is it the bully one? Let me see. Bully exterminators. Nope, those are still there. I don't know which one you mean. John, if you're still here, quick, tell me which one. Okay, I can't see you in the chat anymore, so I don't know. All right, Lady Ryder, thanks for the 2. I finally made myself a Muppet. I love it. It's great. Curious, thanks for the 5. Muppet Mafia, here I come. I love it. I absolutely love it. The Muppets are taking over all of social media. All right, MG is live. You go and see him. Say hello. Tell him we love him. Later.